Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Global Awakening. Become invincible from the moment you obtain the Soul-Zanbing sword. Chapter 21. The temperature has risen a lot. After going some distance deep into the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, Yi Xinghe could feel obvious changes. Such an environment is already quite harsh. After Yi Xinghe entered, he maintained a high degree of vigilance. Half an hour later, Yi Xinghe encountered a demonic flame lizard. From the size and the degree of fire burning in its tail, it can be determined that this is a late third-order demonic flame lizard. Whoosh! The late third level is equivalent to the 7-star battle division, to the 9-star battle division. As soon as this demonic flame lizard made a move and had a confrontation with Yi Xinghe was basically sure that this guy's strength was at the level of a 7-star war master. But just one blow made Yi Xinghe feel that it was very different from the previous battle against the mid-level third-level demonic flame lizard. One blow made Yi Xinghe take 3 steps back. In terms of speed and strength, it is really amazing. The demonic flame lizard lay on the ground, constantly moving its limbs, and confronted Yi Xinghe. On its swaying tail, the flames burned more violently. This proves that this demonic flame lizard is already in a fighting state. The red scales all over its body began to relax, allowing it to better protect its body. Whoosh! At this moment, Yi Xinghe moved first. He launched an attack on this late third-level demonic flame lizard. Use the bird icicles and wave the Hyorin pill to fire out a series of ice bullets. The demonic flame lizard violently waved its tail to block these ice bullets. While blocking it, the demonic flame lizard opened its mouth, revealing its sharp fangs, and pounced towards Yi Xinghe. Clang! Yi Xinghe waved the Hyorin pill. The terrifying cold air burst out from Hyorin pill. Ice crystals appeared on the demon flame lizard's body and began to freeze. It's just that this level of freezing is something that the demonic flame lizard can withstand. The entire body burst into red light, and the ice on the body began to melt. However, the freezing still affected the demonic flame lizard, slowing down its movements quite a bit. And within this short period of time, Yi Xinghe seized the best opportunity. He moved a step, closing the distance with the demonic flame lizard at this moment. Under its sharp claws, Hyorin passed through and directly pierced the abdomen of the demonic flame lizard, which had the weakest defense. This is the battle experience accumulated by Yi Xinghe and the demonic flame lizard that he fought with before. Freezing the demonic flame lizard will make it sluggish. It's just that this late third-order demonic flame lizard reacts much faster than those in the middle third-order demonic flame lizard. But it still can't change the outcome. With this strike, the demonic flame lizard let out a painful roar. After Yi Xinghe finished all this, he had distanced himself from the demonic flame lizard and appeared behind the demonic flame lizard. After the demonic flame lizard fell, it rolled over. A large number of internal organs have fallen out of its abdomen. The aura of the demonic flame lizard has begun to weaken. After finishing all this, Yi Xinghe took a deep breath. It seems that he won this battle easily. Actually, it was not the case. Yi Xinghe was calculating every step. Moreover, this late third-level demonic flame lizard is mainly the weakest late-level third level. If it reaches the level of 8-star Battle Master or even 9-star Battle Master, I am afraid that I will not be able to win. This is Yi Xinghe's battle against him. Force estimate. Just now, I had already exerted my full strength in a short period of time. Ding! Congratulations to host for killing the demonic flame mountain forest, the first third-level late-stage demonic flame lizard, triggering the reward. The system voice sounded. There was no reward from the system for killing the demonic flame lizard before. Is it possible to trigger the reward only by killing the demonic flame lizard in the late third level? However, Yi Xinghe is really looking forward to the system's rewards. Host obtains 3 powerful Vajra pills and a bottle of super spiritual potion. That's it. Yi Xinghe was a little disappointed with the rewards announced by the system. However, Yi Xinghe still took a look at the detailed introduction of the powerful diamond pills and the super psychoactive potion. All go, is it that strong? There are 3 powerful diamond pills in total. It takes a month for 3 pills to be absorbed. Take 1 tablet every 10 days for 1 month. After all is absorbed, the entire body will be greatly strengthened. This kind of strengthening is for the whole body. Strength, speed, and overall physical fitness. It can almost reach the physical standard of the 9-star battle master. Likewise, this super powerful mental potion strengthens Yi Xinghei's mental power. It takes 10 days for one bottle to be absorbed. 10 days later, Yi Xinghei's mental strength can reach the level of Juxing Battle Master. I originally thought this reward was rubbish. It seems that Yi Xinghei is still superficial. This reward is really awesome. At least according to the system's recognition, he is still a 2-star battle master. What is this concept? It means that in the 2-star battle division, he has reached the standard of the 9-star battle division. I still have great potential and can still grow. This made Yi Xinghei finally understand, which is why many of the top 20 beings on the battle master list can kill powerful warriors. Because they can grow in the battle division and reach the limit that they have surpassed some powerful warriors. Maybe I can reach this point too. Take a deep breath and hold back your excitement. Learn to be calm at this time. There is still a long way to go. This little strength is nothing. However, it is better to absorb the powerful Vajra pills and super spiritual potions first. I had planned to fight for a long time in the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, but this time the mission had no time limit. No matter how long it took, as long as the mission requirements were met, it would be considered completed. In the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, a month passed in a flash. This month, Yi Xinghei tried his best to hide himself. Super Mental Power Potion. If absorbed in advance, the whole person's mental power will greatly increase, and he can better perceive the surrounding situation. As for the powerful diamond pills, one takes every 10 days and is absorbed in 30 days. Yi Xinghei felt that with his speed and strength, he was able to kill mid-level 3rd-level monsters and monsters without using the high-oran pills. There are exceptions. I really feel the transformation. Yi Xinghei, under the silver mask, had absorbed the effects of the last powerful King Kong pill, and his whole body was filled with vitality. If he encounters the late-level 3rd-level demonic flame lizard he fought against a month ago, Yi Xinghei is confident that he can kill it instantly. Now, I can face a 9-star battle master and a late-level 3rd-order demonic flame lizard with ease. With one enemy against many, it is absolutely no longer an issue. For Yi Xinghei, 1000 3rd-level demonic flame lizards are just a matter of time. On the other hand, flame crystal is a bit difficult. You can try to go to those demonic flame caves. There are many complicated branching passages underground in those silent demon flame cave, which is where the demon flame lizard likes to live. The main way to obtain flame crystals is over there. As for getting it outside, not only strength, but also more luck is needed. The uppermost area of the demonic flame mountain forest is dotted with large and small caves. The smallest one is nearly 3 meters, and the largest one is nearly 10 meters. The temperature in this area is the highest. War masters simply cannot withstand the high temperature here, and only war masters and above can enter. There is a strange smell here, which is some excrement of the demonic flame lizard. Yi Xinghei's figure appeared here, his eyes scanning some of the magic flame caves in the nearest distance. There were traces of fighting all around, especially the corpses of several demonic flame lizards, which were exposed at the moment. Yi Xinghei approached and looked at the corpses. Judging from the body of the demonic flame lizard, the time of death was no more than 6 hours. These fights are not caused by the competition between demonic flame lizards for mates. After all, females of demonic flame lizards are rare. When male demonic flame lizards fight for their mates, more people die, and it is rare for them to be injured and escape. There are other people in the demon flame cave here. This is what Yi Xinghei can confirm now. But the terrain below the demon flame cave is complicated. Can we encounter it? This is not certain. However, the most basic precautions are still necessary. In this demonic mountain forest, sometimes the enemies are not only monsters and monsters, but also aliens. Other superpowers that should be guarded against the most. Selecting a cave, Yi Xinghei jumped directly into it. Entering the demon flame cave, the temperature rises much higher than outside. I'm afraid it's close to 70 degrees. It's just that this high temperature has no effect on Yi Xinghei at all. When Yi Xinghei stood firm in the passage with a height of 6 meters below, he looked forward. Many spacious passages appeared, and on some rock walls, flames were constantly coming out. Yi Xinghei observed for a while, selected a passage, and left quickly. Half an hour later, Yi Xinghei made a discovery. That was the cry of the demonic flame lizard. It's just that this cry is a little different. And there are still two ends. One has a deep and loud voice, the other has a soft and soft voice. Whoosh! Yi Xinghe moved. A channel was locked and the speed accelerated a lot. As Yi Xinghe's figure flew forward, many flames that appeared on the rock walls of the passage were immediately extinguished. There was even a strange scene. A layer of hoarfrost actually appeared on the rock wall of the passage, and the temperature dropped rapidly. When they reached the end of the passage chosen by Yi Xinghe, there was no way to go. But this place is very spacious, enough to accommodate dozens of third-order demonic flame lizards of normal size. But now there are only two ends. One end is pressing on the other. Yi Xinghe took action directly without any hesitation. Now Yi Xinghe has reached the combat power of a 9-star war division. Moreover, these two demonic flame lizards are consuming a lot of energy at this moment. Especially at this time, the two demonic flame lizards are at their weakest. Yi Xinghe held the ice wheel pill in his hand and gave the two demonic flame lizards a fatal blow. This knife directly cut off the heads of two demonic flame lizards. In an instant, the blood spurted out by the two demonic flame lizards was completely frozen, spread to the whole body, and became ice sculptures. But in the ice sculpture, the flame on the tail side is still burning. Now, with my own strength, I don't need to attack the demonic flame lizard's weakness. I have absolute power to cut through the demonic flame lizard's defensive scales. Of course, there is a certain reason why Yi Xinghe can be killed so easily now. The reason is that these two demonic flame lizards consume too much energy due to their vigorous exercise. In terms of alertness, it is also the reason why it has been reduced to the lowest level. Otherwise, it would not be so easy to kill these two late third-order demonic flame lizards. But at this time, Yi Xinghe's gaze was still focused on the area behind the two demonic flame lizards. You can feel that the temperature over there is extremely high. I'm afraid it's already as high as 100 degrees. It was just that the body of the demonic flame lizard blocked his sight. Yi Xinghe took a closer look and finally found a red spherical crystal attached to the rock wall. It is equivalent to the size of an adult's fist, but in the red crystal, the beating of the flame can be clearly seen. Flame crystal. This is exactly the flame crystal that Yi Xinghe is looking for. There are 4 in total, just attached to the rock wall. First, he used the hyaurine pill to freeze it, and then Yi Xinghe put the 4 flame crystals into the storage ring. After taking the flame crystal, Yi Xinghe took away the inner elixirs of the two demonic flame lizards. After doing all this, Yi Xinghe left directly. Having just entered the demon flame cave, Yi Xinghe was very satisfied with what he had achieved in half an hour. I hope to meet more demon flame lizard lovers and hunt them more easily myself. Moreover, in the demon flame cave and the lairs of the demon flame lizards, it is still easy to obtain flame crystals. An hour after Yi Xinghe left, 3 young figures appeared at the original place. These 3 people wear the badges of gold-level hunters, and all 3 of them are already 7-star gold-level hunters. What a strong freezing power! It actually directly changed the temperature here. Even these 2 demonic flame lizards were frozen, but there was no sign of melting. The 4 flame crystals were taken away. Unfortunately, we were a step too late. The man took action when the 2 demonic flame lizards were united. He really found the right time. 2 young men, you speak and I speak. And the only girl couldn't help but blush when she saw the posture of the 2 demonic flame lizards in the ice. The 3 of them are Guan Yucheng, 4th-year students of Zhenwu Academy Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao. Among the strength of the entire Zhenwu Academy students, they are enough to enter the top 20. The 3 of them are all on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Although he is ranked lower, it is not easy to be in the top 500 of the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. Xiaoxiao, why are you blushing? Yin Xiaojun couldn't help but joke when he saw Yang Xiaoxiao blushing. That's right, I blushed when I saw this. I usually see that you are very eloquent in that regard. Ni Kun also smiled after seeing it. HMPH, I'm too lazy to pay attention to you two. Let's think about the flame crystals. We have agreed to collect 520 flame crystals as a birthday gift for Sister Yi Shi. Yang Xiaoxiao curled her lips and said, "Don't worry, it's not the first time we've come to Demon Flame Mountain Forest, it'll be no problem." Yin Xiaojun is very confident. Don't think too much about it. The three of us joined forces, and the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, which is dangerous to outsiders, feels like home to us. Ni-kun also looked relaxed. Be careful. The strongest men on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, those ranked higher than us, also died here. Yang Xiaoxiao looked at the two of them. They knew each other before joining the Zhenwu Academy. She knew them very well. They are worthy of her trust, but sometimes they are careless and overconfident in themselves. It is this point that Sister Yi Shi often teaches. The reward is indeed not as good as the first time. Yi Xinghe carefully explored the intricate passages below the Demon Flame Cave. The two late-stage third-order demonic flame lizards that I killed before were also rewarded by the system. It's just that this reward is a potion to restore injuries. Ordinary injuries can be healed almost within a minute after drinking this potion. Serious injuries can be recovered within 10 minutes. Extremely serious injury, requiring an hour to recover. In fact, this is already very good, but compared to the first-time reward, it is really much worse. Time flies. Yi Xinghe enters the Demon Flame Cave, and a day has passed. On this day in the Demon Flame Cave, Yi Xinghe unexpectedly never encountered another Demon Flame Lizard. Although they didn't come across it, Yan Jing did get two more, which was good news for Yi Xinghe. Within those passages, every time Yi Xinghe entered or exited a place, he would leave a mark that he could distinguish. After all, it's easy to get lost here and get trapped in the Demon Flame Cave. Day after day, Yi Xinghe has never come out since he entered the Demon Flame Cave. Another 10 days passed like this. During these 10 days in Demon Flame Cave, Yi Xinghe felt bored. Although there are many rewards in the follow-up, such as flame crystals and rewards for hunting third-level demonic flame lizards. It's just that Yi Xinghe no longer has the happiness and joy he had before. Boom! In a passage, inside the Demon Flame Lizard's cave, Yi Xinghe was resting here. But at this time the whole cave was shaking. Some of the flames in the demonic flame cave are erupting at this moment, which is why they caused such a reaction. Yi Xinghe was already used to all this. I yawned. In the Demon Flame Cave, it doesn't matter day or night. After resting, Yi Xinghe felt that his physical strength had recovered and took action again. The most lacking thing now is flame crystals. Now I only have 25 flame crystals on my body, and I still lack 75. There are 1,000 third-level demonic flame lizards, and 828 more need to be hunted. There is still a long way to go before completing the task. Yi Xinghe had already stood up and was about to leave, but at this time, there seemed to be movement in the passage leading to him. Under the silver mask, Yi Xinghe's eyes narrowed slightly. Just like what I had noticed in advance, there was a group of people coming here at this time. There were a lot of people, 8 people at a glance. These 8 people also explored carefully, but just as Yi Xinghe was aware of their existence, the 8 people also noticed Yi Xinghe. This passage has reached the end, and here is the cave of the demonic flame lizard. Even those 8 people would be wary of strangers. But soon, the 8 people noticed that the other party was just one person. Although covered by a silver mask, the badge of the hunting guild and the gold-level hunter on his chest can be clearly seen. This guy with the silver mask is a 3-star gold-level hunter. Yi Xinghe did not leave because there were only 2 roads in the passage here. Now both roads were blocked by the 8 people who appeared. As for who the other party was, Yi Xinghe didn't know and didn't know him. But the opponent's move of blocking another passage made Yi Xinghe ready for a battle. Your Excellency, you are alone. You will have a good harvest here, right? Someone asked, his eyes mainly focused on Yi Xinghe's storage ring. In the Demon Flame Cave, there are more or less gains. Whether it's the inner elixir of the demonic flame lizard or the flame crystal, it's very important to them. 8 of them came from the Zhu family in Yucheng. Here in the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, the Zhu family will send people over every once in a while. Their usual style is not only to harvest for themselves, but also to rob the hunters who are active here. Under normal circumstances, it is difficult to escape from the predators in their hands. Even if they escape and know their identities, they, as members of the Zhu family, have no fear. After all, the Zhu family is not a small family in Guanyucheng, but a family with a powerful war king in charge. At this moment, Yi Xinghe did not respond, but looked at the 8 people who were staring at him. We don't have any interest in it. We just want your storage ring. As long as you hand it over, we will keep you safe. Another person spoke with a smile on his face. But at this time, 8 people were approaching Yi Xinghe. But at this moment, Yi Xinghe looked towards the back of the passage again. The powerful mental power made Yi Xinghe sense that someone was approaching again. One batch after another, could it be that they belonged to these guys again? Hey, daughter, your Zhu family bullying people again. From behind the passage, 3 figures came running towards them. After standing firm, the 8 members of the Zhu family turned their heads and took a look. The identities of the 3 people were recognized immediately. If they were ordinary people, they wouldn't care, but these 3 were the best among the 4th graders of Zhengwu Academy. The people on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. 8-star Battle Master Yin Xiaojun, 8-star Battle Master Ni Kun, and 8-star Battle Master Yang Xiaoxiao. Among the 8 of them, 4 are 9-star Battle Masters, 2 are 8-star Battle Masters, and 2 are 7-star Battle Masters. But when they really met 3 people, they were not sure. After all, these 3 people from the Zhengwu Academy have all killed the 9-star Battle Master in terms of personal record. The 3 awakened with S-level abilities. 3 of you, is that your friend? The leader of the 4 9-star Battle Masters is Zhu Shen. He said with a smile on his face. They have always been cautious in doing things, so they didn't take action against the man in the silver mask just now. If he had taken action immediately and killed the man in the silver mask, there would have been nothing left for Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao. I feel more or less regretful in my heart. With these 3 people here, it's really inconvenient for them to take action. Yes, Yang Xiaoxiao nodded. Since we are friends, we will give you face. Zhu Shen smiled and waved to the 4 people blocking another passage. What's so shameless? If they had the strength, they would kill all 3 of them. It's a pity that they don't have such strength. Conflict with Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao is a very risky behavior. There was no one blocking the other passage, and Yi Xinghe ran out quickly, disappearing directly in that passage. This situation made Yang Xiaoxiao slightly stunned, blinking and feeling a little dazed. That guy just ran away like that. After saying they are friends, doesn't this guy know how to act? Are you wary of them all? At least come to their side, leave with them, and politely say thank you. Friends? Is this a friend? Zhu Shen sneered, although he already knew that Yin Xiaoshan, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao were deliberately ruining their affairs. But seeing this scene, he still felt it was ironic. Others don't appreciate it. Zhu Shen took the other 7 people and left. The remaining Yang Xiaoxiao stamped his feet angrily at this time. They actually helped a white-eyed wolf, and even let them be ridiculed by that guy Zhu Shen. Xiao, don't be angry. That kind of person is nothing to be angry about. Yin Xiaojun comforted Yang Xiaoxiao. Yes, there is nothing to be angry about. As long as we can ruin the good deeds of people like the Zhu family, it is a happy thing for us. As for the boy wearing the silver mask, we can only say that we will not help him for the second time. Twice. Ni Kun changed his angle and said to Yang Xiaoxiao. After hearing Ni Kun's explanation, Yang Xiaoxiao felt much better indeed. At least Zhu Shen and the rest of the Zhu family would be very unhappy now. After all, if they hadn't appeared, the man wearing the silver mask would have been dead. The 3 of them immediately left without staying here for long. On the other side, Zhu Shen and the Zhu family were chasing the fleeing Yi Xinghe. It's just that the passage here is too complicated, even for them. It's difficult to find Yi Xinghe, who has been escaping for some time. The duck that reached the beak just flew away. Zhu Shen's face was extremely gloomy. The Zhu family has many family members in Zhengwu Academy. The most powerful one is the eldest young master of their Zhu family, Zhu Xian, who is the 48th strongest person on the battle master list. However, there is a woman in the academy who surpasses their eldest young master, and that is Lu Yexi. Lu Yexi is the 35th strongest person on the battle master list. The eldest young master once pursued Lu Yexi, but was rejected many times. In the end, the 2 became opposites. Of course, the Zhu family fully supports the eldest young master, so the hatred between them becomes deeper and deeper. Nian Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao are one of Lu Yexi's best friends. Those 3 guys deserve to die for ruining our good deeds. That boy with the silver mask must have a lot of good things in the storage ring, otherwise he wouldn't have escaped so quickly. Brother Zhu Shen, that kid is nothing, but I am surprised to meet Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao here this time. Someone said next to him, showing a sly smile. It's really an accident. Why did the three of them appear here? It's a pity that we are not strong enough to kill these three. Zhu Shen's eyes were filled with murderous intent. In this demonic flame mountain forest and demonic flame cave, any possible accident can happen. As long as there is no evidence, no one can do anything to them. Not strong enough. Not necessarily. The man with a sly smile shook his head repeatedly. This made Zhu Shen look confused. The old guy the first met before is a ruthless character. As long as we can afford it, he dares to kill him. Although Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao are strong men on the battle master list, compared to that guys, if the three of them join forces, there will only be a dead end. That weird old man in Demon Flame Mountain Forest is a man with a big mouth. Zhu Shen looked embarrassed. In this demonic mountain forest, there is a strange old man, and they have contact with the Zhu family. In his hand is a nearly 60% detailed map of the Demon Flame Cave. This is what he drew after entering the Demon Flame Cave again and again. The accuracy rate is almost 90%. Brother Zhu Shen, that girl Yang Xiaoxiao is a good thing for us. When the time comes, Brother Zhu Shen will be the first to come, followed by us. After saying this, several other people showed interest. They are not good people. Especially at their age, girls like Yang Xiaoxiao are the pride of heaven in their eyes. The 4th grade of each of the 10 major colleges in Dongyao Prefecture will conduct the last 4 years of further studies. And Yang Xiaoxiao is only 23 years old and has become a presence on the Dongyao Mansion's battle master list. It is not like them who were in their 40s before becoming a battle master. Even the 9-star battle master is not as good as Yang Xiaoxiao, an 8-star battle master. Star Wars Division, you stinky girl, you dare to ruin our good deeds and threaten us. Zhu Shen's face turned ferocious at this time. There was even more intense desire flowing out of his eyes. He wants to make Yin Xiaojun and Ni Kun regret. Especially Yang Xiaoxiao, this stinky girl, cannot be let go. After all, Yang Xiaoxiao was treated like a younger sister by that woman Lu Yexi. If Yang Xiaoxiao met an extremely tragic end, Lu Yexi would definitely be crazy, and they like to see Lu Yexi crazy. Let's go. Find that weird old man. Zhu Shen said coldly, and then the 8 people left from the Demon Flame Cave. As for Yi Xinghe, he is already in another part of the Demon Flame Cave. Yi Xinghe didn't take it to heart about everything he had experienced before. He can completely escape from the hands of those 8 people, and even spend some time to kill them. However, the appearance of those 3 people made Yi Xinghe give up his idea. Those 3 people should be very strong and give Yi Xinghe a different feeling as soon as they appear. To be on the safe side, Yi Xinghe left first. As for thanking you, it's totally unnecessary. I don't want to have too much contact with strange and powerful people. In this demonic mountain forest, I will not trust any outsider. Now Yi Xinghe just wants to search for more flame crystals and kill more 3rd-level demonic flame lizards. Half a month passed quietly. Below the Demon Flame Cave, Yin Xiaoshan, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao appeared in a cave. Just 10 minutes ago, they killed 5 late-level 3rd-order demonic flame lizards and obtained 12 flame crystals. This harvest is already quite good. Just the harvest of Yanjing is still not enough. This made the 3 of them want to increase their efficiency after taking a rest. At Yang Xiaoxiao's strong request, the 3 prepared to act alone for a period of time. After all, their days in the Demon Flame Mountain Forest are numbered. 10 days. In 10 days, we will meet at the same place as before. Xiaoxiao, you have to be careful and don't show off. Yin Xiaojun looked at Yang Xiaoxiao and reminded him. How about I go with you? Xiaojun and I are really worried about you being alone. Ni Kun looked at Yang Xiaoxiao and suggested again. I'm not a child anymore, don't underestimate me. After all, I'm on the Dongyao Mansion's battle master list, but you two, don't hold me back. Otherwise, I'll beat you too. Yang Xiaoxiao waved his fist at the 2 of them, showing a cute and threatening expression. After doing this, Yang Xiaoxiao immediately turned around and left without looking back. Xiao Zhen, do you want me to follow you? Forget it, you know her little temper. Trust her, even if she meets someone from the Zhu family, it will be easy for her to get away. Don't worry too much about her. Yin Xiaojun shook his head and looked around. After the passage, Yang Xiaoxiao had long disappeared. Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao acted alone. 10 days later, we will meet at the old place. The three of them all remember that old place. After 3 days of separate operations, Yang Xiaoxiao's beautiful figure appeared in a passage. At this moment, she was smiling, with her 2 dimples exposed. Of course, there are certain risks in separation, especially here, there are people from the Zhu family who are active. However, in just 3 days, she got 15 flame crystals, and she was still very satisfied with the result. Presumably, Yin Xiaojun and Ni Kun's gains will not be worse than mine. Continue to run through the various passages below the demon flame cave. At the same time, in a passage some distance away, Yi Xinghe appeared wearing a silver mask. Ice crystals appeared on the rock walls around the passage. At this moment, Yi Xinghe heard the cry of the demonic flame lizard. It was very consistent with the situation I encountered when I first entered the demon flame cave. However, I feel that in this cry, I can tell that there are 2 female demonic flame lizards and 1 male demonic flame lizard. Originally, there were relatively few females of demonic flame lizards. A male demonic flame lizard possesses 2 females alone, which proves that the strength of the other party must be stronger than many male demonic flame lizards in the late 3rd level. Whoosh! Yi Xinghe ran over quickly. Weird sound. Yang Xiaoxiao heard it from the other side of the passage. Her cheeks turned red, but Yang Xiaoxiao soon became excited. As fast as possible, he ran towards the direction of the sound. At the intersection of the passages, a terrifying cold air hit. The temperature here in the demon flame cave is extremely high. It should be extremely hot. The sudden cold air made Yang Xiaoxiao alert. Boom! The passage was shaking, as if there was a battle taking place, accompanied by the roar of the demonic flame lizard. But soon, the roar stopped, which made Yang Xiaoxiao's expression change. Was someone able to get in first? He quickly rushed towards the converging passage as fast as he could. When Yang's small figure appeared, the temperature here was even lower, and what he saw was the 3-headed demonic flame lizard that had been beheaded and frozen. Just like what was discovered originally, the 3-headed demonic flame lizard maintained that shy posture. But now is not the time to pay attention to this. Yang Xiaoxiao looked at the figure next to the frozen demonic flame lizard. It was actually the guy wearing the silver mask. She actually met this fool. They were almost surrounded and killed by the Zhu family before, but it wasn't she, Yin Xiaojun, and Ni Kun who helped rescue them. Without a word of thanks, I just ran away. It was precisely because of the other party's behavior that they were ridiculed by the Zhu family. Yang Xiaoxiao noticed Yi Xinghe, and of course Yi Xinghe also noticed Yang Xiaoxiao. Yi Xinghe was also quite surprised to meet this girl again. It's just that the other person's eyes looked at him in a somewhat bad and angry way. Asshole, you owe me a thank you, Yang Xiaoxiao said loudly. But Yi Xinghe didn't speak and continued to look at Yang Xiaoxiao. Let's do this. The flame crystal is very important to me. Just give me the flame crystal here and just say thank you. Of course, if you don't give it, I will steal it. Then don't blame me for being rude and beat you up. Yang Xiaoxiao felt that he had defeated the other party. After all, she is on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Yanjing is also very important to me. Yi Xinghe spoke. This opening made Yang Xiaoxiao frown. The next moment Yang Xiaoxiao moved. Needless to say, at this time we can only grab it hard. Yang Xiaoxiao was very fast, and a black knife appeared on his right hand. There is a terrifying hurricane gathering on the black knife. What Yang Xiaoxiao awakened was the S-level power-tearing hurricane. But what surprised Yi Xinghe was that the other party used the black knife. Instead of using the blade, he slashed at him with the back of the knife. He actually spared himself a hand. It seemed that he really didn't intend to kill himself, but really wanted to beat him up. Yang Xiaoxiao's speed is really fast, and I'm afraid many 9-star battle masters won't be able to react. It's just that for Yi Xinghe now, every move he makes can be clearly seen. Clang! Hirenmaru wave. This swing directly blocked the black knife. The hurricanes that erupted in Yang Xiaoxiao's body were blocked by the ice crystals that continued to emerge from Yi Xinghe. This situation was something Yang Xiaoxiao had not expected. She did hold back. It's just that even if he keeps his hand, it would be too easy for the opponent to block him like this. And Yang Xiaoxiao could feel that the other party didn't seem to be trying his best. Especially the terrifying cold air has affected her. Her hurricane circled the black blade, and frost had appeared on the black road. The special badge on the opponent's chest represents that he is a 3-star gold level hunter of the hunting guild. But how could a 3-star gold level hunter possess such strength? She really wanted to take a good look at the face under the silver mask, but it could actually stop her, a genius on the list of battle masters in Dongyao Mansion. I, Yang Xiaoxiao, must beat you up. Yang Xiaoxiao shouted loudly. She was going to take action. He pulled away the black knife that was touching Yi Xinghe, and the tied hair had already come loose. You are weaker than I thought. Under the silver mask, Yi Xinghe slowly spoke. The tone was very calm and cold. This fell into Yang Xiaoxiao's ears, and his whole body was about to explode. This fool in front of me actually called her weak. Although he couldn't see the other person's expression clearly, his tone made Yang Xiaoxiao's chest heave. You are weaker than your mother. Espada wind slash. He shouted. Just the sound of shouting sounded, and Yang Xiaoxiao suddenly felt chills on his back. The guy with the silver mask in front of him disappeared. And the other party seemed to be behind him. Fast to the extreme. She didn't even have the mental strength to sense it immediately. Then, on her right shoulder, a cold long knife was placed on it. She knew that as long as she resisted, her head would fall to the ground the next moment. At this moment, Yang Xiaoxiao was extremely shocked. This silver-masked fool is actually so strong. That day, she, Yin Xiaojun, and Ni Kun might have been able to escape from the Zhu family's siege if they hadn't helped him out. What's your name? Where are you from? Yi Xinghe asked. Yi Xinghe was very interested in the other party's identity. Yang Xiaoxiao, Guanyucheng Junwu Academy. Now his life lies in the hands of this man in the silver mask. Yang Xiaoxiao knew that now she could only satisfy the other party's requirements as much as possible, but she was also thinking about how to get out. A student from Junwu Academy. Being able to have such strength is probably an incredible thing among Junwu Academy. If it were before, Yi Xinghe would have absolutely no power to resist him. It's just that the current Yi Xinghe has improved too much after entering the demonic flame mountain forest. In Star Academy, with my current growth, I can definitely compete with 4th grade students. Yang Xiaoxiao still didn't dare to move at this moment. She had already thought of ways to escape hundreds of times in her mind. But in her calculations, the chance of success was very low. The man wearing a silver mask behind her had the absolute strength to crush her. After asking this question, the other party was silent for a while, which made Yang Xiaoxiao nervous. Because she couldn't guess what the other person was thinking at all. The calmer she felt at this time, the more frightened she became. Give me all the flame crystals of your storage ring. Remember, give them all to me. Yi Xinghe spoke again. Yang Xiaoxiao was stunned for a moment. Although there was all kinds of reluctance in his heart, there really was no way at this time. Don't dare to leave a flame crystal behind, put them into a spare storage ring. Yi Xinghe took the storage ring from Yang Xiaoxiao's hand. Mental power entered it and took a look. Good guy, there are really a lot of flame crystals. There are more than 80 pieces. Complete the task by yourself and get the most important flame crystal directly. It's really labor-saving. 3 minutes later, only the 3 dead demon flame lizards and Yang Xiaoxiao were left in this cave. As for Yi Xinghe, he has already left. Yang Xiaoxiao is still confused. I came here to snatch the flame crystal. But now, the flame crystals were not snatched away. All the flame crystals she had obtained with great effort were all robbed by that fool wearing a silver mask. He had never suffered such a big loss before, and Yang Xiaoxiao was really about to cry. All efforts are in vain. She lost so completely. That the guy wearing the silver mask could be so strong was something she never expected. He was completely out of mood, and Yang Xiaoxiao felt extremely wrong. Yi Xinghe, who robbed Yang Xiaoxiao, is now in a very good mood. In addition to the flame crystals he had obtained before, the number had far exceeded 100. Now Yi Xinghe only needed to hunt down the 3rd level demonic flame lizards. When he reaches 1000 level 3 demonic flame lizards, he can leave the demonic flame mountain forest. Time flies and 10 days pass. Yang Xiaoxiao had been waiting for Yin Xiaojun and Ni Kun at an old place outside the Demon Flame Cave. Yin Xiaojun and Ni Kun showed up half an hour apart. But neither of them expected that not only did Yang Xiaoxiao not get any extra flame crystals in these 10 days, but he also lost all the flame crystals he had obtained before. Yanjing was robbed, and the man who did all this was the man wearing a silver mask that they met before. This shocked the two of them. Xiaoxiao was robbed and defeated one-on-one by the man wearing the silver mask. The strength is unfathomable, but that guy is also weird. He just obtained the flame crystal from Yang Xiaoxiao. Xiaoxiao, don't be angry. If it's really what you said, that guy has shown mercy. Yin Xiaojun looked at Yang Xiaoxiao, who was aggrieved. With that level of crushing, Yang Xiaoxiao could be killed. As long as Yang Xiaoxiao is killed, everything Yang Xiaoxiao will belong to him. That guy is really hard to figure out. Ni Kun also had great doubts about Yang Xiaoxiao's encounter. He wanted to know more about the man wearing the silver mask. This guy is not a weakling, they really underestimated him before. That fool, I will hate him for the rest of my life. If he ever falls into my hands, I will show him how to behave. Yang Xiaoxiao was still very angry. Without Yan Jing, she would not be able to complete the gift to Sister Yi Shi. What should we do now? We have to go back in the next few days. Yang Xiaoxiao had a hint of crying. All plans were ruined. Don't worry, Xiaoxiao, we don't need too many flame crystals. After we go back, let's buy some from the hunting guild. The value of flame crystals in the hunting guild is considered high even for the three of them. But for a certain amount, it is still acceptable to support it. This is already the only way. Yang Xiaoxiao nodded, looked at the two of them, and said again, I'm sorry. It's okay, no problem. The two of them smiled and shook their heads. The three of them immediately set off and left from here. Half an hour later, at the outskirts of the demonic flame mountain forest. The three people who were running all the way down stopped in an open space. After the three people stopped, figures rushed out from everywhere in front. It was the Zhu family, 8 people headed by Zhu Shen. Zhu Shen, what do you mean? Yin Xiaojun looked at the 8 people and spoke with a bad expression. These 8 guys actually dared to block their way. And it seems that people in this area have been waiting for a long time. What, do you want to fight with the 3 of us? We haven't seen each other for a long time. Are you too confident in yourself? Ni Kun chuckled. Even if the opponent has 8 people and has an absolute numerical advantage, the threat to them is really minimal. Yang Xiaoxiao was already holding in a lot of anger, but he didn't have a place to vent it. She would not be merciful if someone from the Zhu family bumped into them at this time. Zhu Shen looked at the 3 of them and raised the corners of his mouth slightly. Indeed, none of the 8 of them could be the opponent of these 3 people together. In a real fight, among the 8 of them, not many of them could escape. Zhu Shen's smile made Yang Xiaoxiao instantly alert. Yin Xiaojun and Ni Kun didn't care. If these guys dared to attack first, they would kill them with thunderous means. Not only is Zhu Shen's smile getting weirder and weirder, but the other 7 members of the Zhu family are also laughing extremely sinisterly. Several people's eyes were fixed on Yang Xiaoxiao, a genius student of Zhengwu Academy, a girl on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. In their eyes, for them, this superior existence will become a little white rabbit that they can play with. It's just the 3 of them. At this time, an old voice sounded. There was actually another person here, and Yang Xiaoxiao, Yin Xiaojun, and Ni Kun didn't notice it. The aura is hidden so well, and the mental power must be stronger than the 3 of them. Zhu Shen and the others stepped aside, and a stooped, one-eyed old man appeared in front of Yang Xiaoxiao, Yin Xiaojun, and Ni Kun. His whole person gives people an extremely dark feeling. At this moment, the aura has been completely exposed, making the 3 of them feel a little uneasy. This weird old man is very strong. Yes, it's these 3 people. I hope you'll be merciful to that girl, we can still use her if we keep her. Zhu Shen nodded and spoke respectfully to the strange old man from behind. I see, the strange old man said calmly. Since he has accepted the benefits of the 8 members of the Zhu family, of course he will handle this matter. As for why he kept that girl, he was not interested in knowing, nor did he want to know. Boom! After the strange old man finished speaking, he directly launched an attack on Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao. although this strange boss brings a dangerous aura to the three of them. But the three of them are not ordinary people. The cooperation between the three of them has always been very strong. 1 + 1 + 1 can make it greater than 3. A silver spear appeared in Yin Xiaojun's hand, and it rose up with flames flying. What he possesses upon awakening is the S-level power, burning flame sky fire. A mace appeared in Nikun's hand, and when he waved it, thunder and lightning emerged. Its awakening possesses also an S-level power, purple gold thunder and lightning. The black knife that appeared in Yang Xiaoxiao's hand had a strong small hurricane gathering on it. The three of them took action together, causing the Zhu family to retreat to the rear. The 8 people watching felt frightened. A long whip appeared on the strange old man's hand. This long whip was more than 3 meters long, flying in his hand, and dark energy gushed out. The 4 people's actions were all completed in a very short time. Yang Xiaoxiao, Yin Xiaojun, and Nikun were on high alert when facing the strange old man's powers. It's a power related to darkness. The 4 of them fought together. Clang, clang, clang. The strange old man fought 1 against 3, and with his flexible movements, he directly suppressed the 3 of them. Seeing that the strange old man had the absolute upper hand, he looked happy. The devouring power. The 3 people attacked the strange old man with supernatural attacks, but they were all devoured. This strange old man is a 9-star battle master, 1 star higher than the 3 of them. However, the level of the superpower should also be S level. The opponent's age means that they cannot enter the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking, but they can compare with more than 350 strong men on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. As for the 3 of them, none of them are in the top 400 in the Dongyao Mansion Master ranking. Look for a chance to escape. Nikun shouted lowly. They don't want to see this situation. Losing is losing, and now it is extremely disadvantageous for them. Old thing. Stab. Yin Xiaojun grabbed the silver spear, and a whirlpool of flames appeared on the tip of the spear. It was continuously compressed, condensed, and exploded with astonishing power. Don't underestimate my old bones. The prey I'm targeting can't escape. The strange old man laughed. His left hand directly grabbed the tip of Yin Xiaojun's silver spear. This scene made Yin Xiaojun very happy. If the other party underestimated the enemy, it gave the 3 of them a chance. He was confident in the power of this blow. I wanted to catch it with 1 hand, but the old man was too much. But the next moment, Yin Xiaojun's pupils shrank. The tip of the gun was sucked into the black hole that appeared on his left palm. The explosive power of the flames was directly devoured. How can it be? Even Yang Xiaoxiao and Nikun couldn't believe what they saw. This move was one of Yin Xiaojun's unique skills, but it was resolved so easily. Whoosh! Shocked, Nikun did not stop taking action. He brandished his mace. A gathering of powerful purple thunder and lightning. Thunder. He directly grabbed the mace with both hands, jumped up, and hit the strange old man on the head. Crackling. The terrifying thunder and lightning gathered into a roaring beast. The strange old man had his back hunched and raised his head. His ugly one-eyed appearance, when he smiled now, became even more disturbing. The long whip in his right hand was thrown upward. With this flick, the originally soft long whip actually became hard. The sharp tip of the whip collided directly with Nikun's mace. The power of darkness directly engulfed the thunder and lightning. The engulfed thunder and lightning burst out from the sharp tip of the whip in another way. Nikun was simply unbelievable at this moment. The whole person was blown away and he vomited blood again and again. Yang Xiaoxiao appeared behind the strange old man. The black knife was swung out. The hurricane surged on the black knife, reaching an unprecedented speed. Yang Xiaoxiao gritted his teeth. Nikun and Yin Xiaojun gave her the best opportunity to take action. The black knife penetrated directly into the strange old man's back. Got it. Yang Xiaoxiao's eyes were bright and bright. Even Nikun, who fell to the ground and vomited blood, and Yin Xiaojun, who was restrained, thought so at this moment. On the Zhu family side, Zhu Shen and the other 8 people had their hearts in their throats at this time. The combat power of Yin Xiaojun, Nikun, and Yang Xiaoxiao after joining forces is simply terrifying. I thought before the 8 of them met and fought together, a few of them could escape. Now it seems that they are a little naive. With this level of fighting, how could they escape? None of them would be alive. Now the 8 people were already panicking. It's strange that the old man was killed by 3 people working together. But soon, they noticed that Yang Xiaoxiao's knife penetrated from the back, and the figure was not the strange old man himself at all. It's actually black energy, it's too realistic. Yang Xiaoxiao's face changed drastically and she wanted to go back. But it was already too late. In front of Yang Xiaoxiao, the strange old man approached like a ghost. A left hand directly grabbed her neck, and the dark energy in her body suppressed Yang Xiaoxiao. The black knife held by Yang Xiaoxiao in his right hand could not be lifted at all. He felt weak all over and the black knife fell down. Zhu Shen looked at the strange old man. This kind of method was too terrible. He felt creepy. Just now he thought the strange old man had been killed. Let Xiaoxiao go. Yin Xiaojun grabbed the silver spear and rushed towards the strange old man with a roar. The silver spear was wrapped in flames, and even Yin Xiaojun's eyes had flames spurting out. Snapped. He was struck with a whip from his right hand. This whip, like a shroud of darkness, directly trapped Yin Xiaojun. On the ground not far away, Ni Kun was vomiting blood and tried to stand up, but his injuries were more serious than imagined. The 3 of them joined forces to fight against this strange old man, and they ended up like this. On the Zhu family's side, the 8 people all had ferocious smiles on their faces at this moment. Now Yang Xiaoxiao, Ni Kun, and Yin Xiaojun are already fish on the chopping board. Weren't you crazy about them before? Now you have to pay the price. Ni Kun and Yin Xiaojun can die, but Yang Xiaoxiao is their little white rabbit, brought into the demon flame cave, so they can have fun as much as they want. Despair. At this moment, Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao were in unprecedented despair. They couldn't even escape from the powerful strange old man in front of them. The strength gap between them is too big. Yang Xiaoxiao was pinched by the neck, her eyes were already wet, and tears dripped from the corners of her eyes onto the strange old man's arm. The strange old man looked at Yang Xiaoxiao, his one eye was empty. I seem to like you a little. The strange old man stuck out his tongue and licked his upper lip. This sentence made Zhu Shen feel something bad. It was agreed before, but this weird old man felt like he was going to change his mind. It wasn't just Zhu Shen who had been touched by him, everyone else was a little uncomfortable. Zhu Shen wanted to remind the strange old man at this time, but at this moment, Zhu Shen looked warily not far away. On the big red tree over there was a guy standing and looking over here. Wearing a silver mask, isn't this the guy they want to kill in the demon flame cave? If this guy hadn't been for Yang Xiaoxiao, Yin Xiaojun, and Ni Kun, he would have died in their hands long ago. I never thought that I could bump into him at this time. The strange old man also noticed something at this time. He grabbed Yang Xiaoxiao and turned around, looking into the distance. There is another strange guy. Wearing a silver mask, you can't see the other person's face clearly. But what is happening here today cannot be spread out. Facing the Junwu Academy, he was still too weak. It's him. Ni Kun coughed and looked in the direction the strange old man was looking. He also saw the figure on the tree in the distance. It was the guy who robbed Xiaoxiao of all the flame crystals. Then the strange old man moved, threw Yang Xiaoxiao away, and rushed towards the distance, in the direction where Yi Xinghe was standing. Before the person could get closer, the long whip was already lashing towards Yi Xinghe. Boom! Endless cold air erupted towards the surroundings. Freezing, freezing. A large number of ice crystals condensed on the strange old man's whip. He was only an inch away from Yi Xinghe's chest and couldn't get closer at all. What a powerful ability this is. On the Zhu family's side, 8 people were frightened. Because of the sudden explosion, the trees around them were affected, and many trees were directly frozen. In the extremely hot environment of the Demon Flame Mountain Forest. To freeze this place, the power of the power is really unimaginable. I originally thought that the guy wearing the silver mask was a weakling. After all, we had encountered him before, and the boy ran away. But this moment directly changed his impression of being weak. What a strong freezing power. Yin Xiaojun looked not far away. At this moment, the strange old man's right hand holding the whip was already frozen. Then the strange old man quickly distanced himself from Yi Xinghe. Yi Xinghe held the Yunlun pill in his right hand, and his eyes under the silver mask were firmly locked on the strange old man. Whoosh! This time Yi Xinghe moved. With this movement, Yi Xinghe swung his Hyorin pill and slashed at the strange old man. Court death. The strange old man snorted coldly and attacked with all his strength. A swallowable black ball appeared on his left hand, and it directly grabbed Yi Xinghe's Hyorin pill. He wants to devour the opponent's superpower, just like the three geniuses from the Junwu Academy before. Be careful of his devouring. Ni Kun shouted. That's how he suffered, but Ni Kun's voice just fell. The strange old man's left hand, which wrapped the swallowing black ball, was completely frozen. Along with this, the strange old man's left hand was cut off. After dropping his left arm, it was strange that the old man couldn't feel any pain at this moment. His body was covered in ice due to the wounds on his broken arm. Powerful. This guy wearing a silver mask, why does he obviously feel that his aura is not strong, but his actual combat power is so amazing? Being able to clearly feel that Yi Xinghe's aura is not strong shows that the opponent's mental power is not weaker than Yi Xinghe's at all. After all, Yi Xinghe's actual level is only a 2-star battle master, but his actual strength, physique, speed, and mental power have already reached a 9-star battle master. Every time he breaks through 1 star after that, Yi Xinghe can improve in all aspects of his body. With one arm slashed, Zhu Shen not far away thought he was hallucinating. The strange old man fought against 3 people just now, how powerful and invincible he was. But now, why does it feel like a different person, weaker? Obviously this is not the case. There is only one answer, that is, the guy wearing the silver mask is stronger than the strange old man. How so? Some people on the Zhu family's side couldn't accept this result. At this moment, Zhu Shen rushed out suddenly. He rushed towards the weak Yang Xiaoxiao. As soon as Zhu Shen moved, other members of the Zhu family also attacked Yin Xiaojun and Ni Kun. The 8 people who rushed out were greeted by dense ice bullets, which attacked like flocks of birds. The 8 people who were attacked were all trying to block these ice bombs. It's just that their strength can't stop them too much. One by one, they vomited blood, and the weak ones were riddled with holes directly from the impact of the ice bullets, and the blood could not stop flowing. Is that guy saving us? Yang Xiaoxiao was still very weak at this time and looked at Yi Xinghe's figure. Obviously this guy is a fool, he just robbed her of all the flame crystals not long ago. And now this fool actually saved the lives of 3 of them. Without his action, Yang Xiaoxiao knew that they would never be able to leave the Demon Flame Mountain Forest alive. Now the resentment in Yang Xiaoxiao's heart is gone, and only gratitude is left. Boom! In this short period of time, the figure belonging to the strange old man was blasted to their side. After hitting the ground, his body sank into the ground. There were many ice thorns pierced into the strange old man's body. He was spitting blood continuously from his mouth and his face was extremely pale. At this time, Yi Xinghe's figure fell. In the strange boss's one eye, only fear is left. In this brief battle, he resisted for a while, but the opponent was indeed too terrifying. S-level abilities related to freezing, ice and snow will definitely not reach this level. Maybe this guy wearing a silver mask has SS level powers, most likely SS level powers related to freezing, ice and snow. The people of the Zhu family did not dare to move on the ground. For them, if they want to escape, they will only die faster. Thinking of meeting this guy with the silver mask before and wanting to surround him and kill him. Now I feel chills on my back. However, the current situation is also extremely unfavorable to them. We are members of the Zhu family in Guanyucheng. We have dozens of war spirits and a strong war king is in charge. We have offended many people before, but we are willing to. Zhu Shen began to blow up his family, but his words were not finished yet. Yi Xinghe held the Bing Lun pill in his hand and waved it towards the people of the Zhu family over there. With this wave, it instantly condensed into a terrifying ice dragon, directly killing 8 people. Yang Xiaoxiao, Yin Xiaojun, and Ni Kun all felt their scalps go numb when they saw the extremely decisive killing. The main reason was that the other party attacked without any warning and without saying a word. The strange old man laughed when he saw the Zhu family being killed. While laughing, he grabbed the tip of the long whip that fell next to him, and instead of attacking Yi Xinghe, he stabbed it at his heart. At this moment, he chose to end his life. Because he knew that the other party could not let him live. Regarding this strange old man's behavior, Yi Xinghe looked a little surprised under the silver mask. It's really crazy. At this time, Yi Xinghe turned around and looked at Yang Xiaoxiao, Ni Kun, and Yin Xiaojun, who had gathered behind them and looked at him. I don't know why, being looked at like this, the three of them still felt strong uneasiness in their hearts. In this case, if the three of them were killed, Zhenwu Academy would not know about it. On the contrary, the other party killed people from the Zhu family. If they exposed the news, it would be very detrimental to the guy in the silver mask. It is normal to kill people and silence them. After all, there is no friendship between them. 5 minutes later, Yang Xiaoxiao, Ni Kun, and Yin Xiaojun looked around at the corpses of 8 people from the Zhu family, as well as the corpse of the strange old man. I don't know how to feel at this time. Especially Yang Xiaoxiao, she was robbed again. After the robbery, the Yanjing that was finally found was robbed again. But this time, there were Yin Xiaojun and all of Ni Kun's flame crystals. Tianai City, Hunting Guild. A figure entered the first floor of the Hunting Guild. In the Hunting Guild, there are many hunters coming in and out, but they don't pay too much attention. But the figure who entered at this moment was no ordinary person. A 3-star gold level hunter, wearing a silver mask, is the winter lion that has been the focus of many hunters and has disappeared for almost 3 months. Yes, winter lion, it's really him. He's back from the Demon Flame Mountain Forest. I wonder if he has completed the mission in Demon Flame Mountain Forest. One after another looked at Yi Xinghe, all curious about Dongshi's experience in the Demon Flame Mountain Forest. Yi Xinghe did not stay on the first floor and headed towards the 7th floor of the Hunting Guild. On the 7th floor, Yan Ya's figure appeared. Time flies so fast, and I haven't seen Mr. Dongshi for almost 3 months. For some reason, Yan Ya was looking forward to it. I always feel that Mr. Dongshi has successfully completed his task this time. Mr. Winter Lion, long time no see. When she saw Yi Xinghe, Yan Ya came up to him with a smile on her face. Yi Xinghe looked at Yan Ya. This woman she hadn't seen for a while seemed to be prettier, especially her open-minded dress. Yi Xinghe would look at her more. That kind of maturity is indeed completely incomparable to Su Xianer. The woman in front of me seemed to understand the man's heart very well. Yi Xinghe nodded and was led into a separate box. After entering, Yi Xinghe took out the battle recorder without any nonsense. What is recorded here is how he killed the 3rd-level demonic flame lizard, and also took out a storage ring. 100 flame crystals have been placed in the storage ring. Yan Ya followed the procedure to review the completion of Yi Xinghe's mission. And Yi Xinghe waited quietly. Although Yan Ya guessed in her heart that Mr. Dongshi might have completed the task, but it was a different feeling when the review was passed and it was completely confirmed. Congratulations to Mr. Winter Lion for successfully completing the mission of Demon Flame Mountain Forest. Yan Ya smiled and already informed other people in the Hunting Guild that they needed to prepare rewards for Mr. Winter Lion. The rewards this time are also very generous. At this time, a girl pushed the gate of opening and took a 6-star gold badge. Complete missions and upgrade your 3 stars. Yi Xinghe became a 6-star gold level hunter of the Hunting Guild. Mr. Dongshi, you will be on Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list. It will take half an hour to determine your ranking. For half an hour, Yi Xinghe just rested here and had something to eat. After all, the Hunting Guild's hospitality to gold level hunters is quite good. At the same time, on the 1st floor, knowing that Winter Lion had gone to the 7th floor, the people below were drinking and talking. When a screen lights up, pairs of eyes looked at the big screen. When they saw the news of the Hunting Guild congratulating Winter Lion, the 1st floor became even more lively. Success! I actually completed the mission of Demon Flame Mountain Forest. There are currently 96 gold level hunters in Tianai City, and Winter Lion is definitely the number 1. It's terrifying. To be able to be on Dongyao Mansion's Grand Master ranking, doesn't it mean that Dongshi's age is under 25 years old? How is it possible? Do you think the Hunting Guild can make a mistake? It can't be wrong. It's really a monster, but I don't know if this guy is from Tianai City. There is indeed too little knowledge about winter lions. It is normal for people who are not from Tianai City. Because there are many gold level hunters in Tianai City, and they are not from Tianai City. It was just that he registered as a hunter at that time and was in Tianai City. Even if this registered hunter has left Dongyao Mansion and upgraded to a platinum hunter elsewhere, he will only be on the final statistical list of the Tian'ai City Hunting Guild. Half an hour later, the Hunting Guild determined Yi Xinghei's final ranking on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. Tian'ai City, 6-star gold level hunter Winter Lion. Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, 466. This is the first time he has logged into Dongyao Mansion's Grand Master ranking and entered the top 500. Number 466, the ranking is not high. The list of Great Masters in Dongyao Mansion only includes the Great Masters of the 10 cities. How many superpowers there are in the 10 cities? Ranking among the top 500 is not something that ordinary people can do. Don't underestimate Dongyao Mansion's Grand Master ranking. Only those under the age of 25 can enter. The most terrifying ones are the top 100 geniuses in Dongyao Mansion. Everyone started talking about Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list. These existences are areas that are impossible to reach for those bronze and silver level hunters on the first level. They are completely out of reach. But Yi Xinghei didn't pay much attention to the name 466 on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. For now, you just need to leave your name. It's not like I can't improve my ranking on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. I have a long way to go in the future. Mr. Dongxi, you have become a famous genius on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Your current authority allows you to view the basic information of the 100 people in front of you. Yanya gave Yi Xinghei a new account and showed Yi Xinghei how to log in and query on the communication bracelet. Yi Xinghei gave it a try and casually glanced at the basic information of the 100 people in front of him. Some of the avatars also cover the face. In Yi Xinghei's avatar, he is wearing a silver mask. Soon Yi Xinghei locked 3 people: Yin Xiaojun, Ni Kun, and Yang Xiaoxiao. The heads of the 3 people are clearly visible, especially Yang Xiaoxiao's head, which also made a cute expression. The 3 people were all in front of him, and only the most basic information was displayed behind the 3 people. Regarding the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, there is still a certain degree of confidentiality for every genius. Unless these geniuses are willing to show their strength and display some achievements in the information from the rear. There are many such people. Yi Xinghei took a few casual glances and found that those with long introductory information really had many outstanding achievements. Thank you. Yi Xinghei spoke slowly. It is Yanya's honor to know Mr. Dongxi and serve Mr. Dongxi. Yanya showed a charming smile. Then Yi Xinghei left the hunting guild. Just like before, he found that no one was following him. In a remote alley, Yi Xinghei took off his mask and changed his clothes. Star Academy. Just half a month ago, the 3rd grade students and 4th grade students who went out for training have returned one after another. For this experience, Xingqian Academy sent many instructors, and everything went smoothly. Especially this time, the 3rd grade and 4th grade students have gained a lot. But even outside, the 3rd and 4th year students all know that there is a great junior among this freshman class. This junior allowed the college to restart the super excellent class, and he has become the deputy dean and the only student. Such juniors, seniors and seniors all want to see them. When Yi Xinghei returned to Xingqian College, the most immediate feeling was that the college was more lively. After all, there were only 1st and 2nd year students in the academy, and now there are 3rd year and 4th year seniors, all of whom have returned from training. When Yi Xinghei checked the messages in the communication bracelet, he discovered something interesting. After the seniors from the 3rd and 4th grades came back, they mainly provided a certain degree of care for the freshmen. This kind of care is also allowed by Xingqian Academy. Basically, it is possible to match the awakened abilities and provide certain guidance. During this time, the 1st year students felt the severity of their seniors. It took a lot of hardship, but the improvement during this period is also very obvious. And since Su Xianer and Xiao Lai dropped out of school, Li Luo stood out among the key 1st year classes. During the time when Yi Xinghei went to the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, he improved rapidly and had already broken through to become a 1-star war master. These days, many 3rd grade seniors and seniors are surprised. After all, Li Luo is an S-level explosive bear with the beast-like power. Even a 1-star battle master can already challenge some 3-star battle masters who have awakened A-level powers, and even 4-star battle masters who have awakened A-level powers. Battle Division. It's Yi Xinghe. You read that right. It seems so. I haven't seen him since Su Xianer and Xiaolai dropped out of school. Yi Xinghe is the only student in the super excellent class. He has great freedom in the academy, not to mention that the vice dean is his teacher. Maybe he can train secretly outside. In the college, when a group of first-year students finished their classes, they suddenly discovered Yi Xinghe's figure, and they were all extremely surprised. If it were anyone else, how could they remember if they disappeared for so long? But Yi Xinghe was different. Even when he was away, the returning third and fourth-year seniors were all asking them about Yi Xinghe's situation. Especially those senior students who were beautiful and charming in their eyes seemed to like Yi Xinghe's appearance very much. Yi Xinghe has great potential, is tall and handsome, and is a real hot commodity. In the forum of Xingqian Academy, there are many people who claim to be Yi Xinghe's wife. One by one, the explosive photos came out. All of them are beautiful women, with all kinds of styles. Many boys who watched it really had their mouths watering. Galaxy. At this time, someone ran towards Yi Xinghe. It's Wang Qi, and his friends from No. 3 Middle School. After Yi Xinghe came back, he sent a message in their communication group. Xinghe, what's the matter with you? Before Xianer left the academy, she wanted to see you one last time but didn't see you for the last time. Do you know how sad she is? There are girls, with a hint of complaint. Now it seems that all news from Xianer's side has been cut off, and they can't get in touch with her. I have no idea what is going on with Xianer at Qianyuan College. There were some things at that time, but I have already replied to the message and congratulated her. Yi Xinghe smiled. Su Xianer's situation is different from his. After all, Su Xianer has to think about her family. The family sacrificed a lot for her. In order to obtain a better cultivation environment for him, Su Xianer must go. Qianyuan College, the third among the top 10 colleges in Dongyao Prefecture, is indeed far ahead of Xingqian College in all aspects. Xinghe and Xianer have a good relationship. It's not like we can't see each other anymore. Don't worry about it. Wang Qi said to the girls next to him. Xinghe, you have just come back, so be careful. Many seniors are eyeing you and want to take special care of you as a junior. These days, I have been under the care of a senior. I lost several pounds. And look, my arms, thighs and a few areas are all purple. Wang Qi showed Yi Xinghe the bruises on his legs and arms. But Wang Qi's face was filled with a smile. He got along well with that senior sister, and she was also good to him. These days, he has rarely worked hard and improved a lot. Yi Xinghe smiled, but didn't take it to heart. From entering the demonic flame mountain forest to now leaving the demonic flame mountain forest, I have undergone a huge transformation. If he had not entered the demonic flame mountain forest, he would not have been able to fight against the more powerful seniors from the 3rd and 4th grades. But now, he is already a member of Dongyao Mansion's battle division list. It's just that the name on the list is not Yi Xinghe, but Winter Lion. In Xingqian Academy, only 2 among the 3rd graders entered the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking, and 10 among the 4th graders. These are no secrets in Star Academy. So far, in Xingqian Academy, the person with the highest ranking on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list is a 4th-year senior, Han Yifan. Senior Han Yifan is ranked 123rd on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. Let's talk later. I'm going to see the teacher now. Yi Xinghe spoke slowly. Xinghe, haven't you been with the deputy dean during this time? There was a boy next to him, and he asked curiously. The teacher is not at the college. Yi Xinghe was also curious. Yes, not here. The vice dean has left the college, almost 2.5 months ago. Wang Qi nodded. It was no secret that the vice dean was not in the college, so now all the affairs in the college were handled by the dean. Okay, let's all have dinner together, I'll treat you. Yi Xinghe looked at the people present and smiled. The environment in the demonic flame mountain forest is too harsh. Now that he is back at the academy, Yi Xinghe plans to relax for a few days. You must walk to the most exclusive place in the academy. Wang Qi chuckled. Now he knew that Yi Xinghe would never be short of dragon coins. Of course, Yi Xinghe must be given a good beating. Several other girls also looked excited when they heard it. After all, given their situation, they couldn't afford to spend money there, but Yi Xinghe was different. At this time, there was a noise in the distance, and a large number of people were coming here. From the chaotic discussion, Yi Xinghe got a lot of information. Behind the surrounded crowd were two third-year seniors, Yu Wenchao and Yu Wenxi. These are the most famous sisters in Star Academy. In Star Academy, there are two third graders on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, and it is this pair of sisters. Moreover, this pair of sisters still possess the same S-level superpower, Ice and Snow. Wen Chao and Wen Xi are here. Wang Qi, as well as the other boys around Yi Xinghe, all showed admiration at this time. These are twin sisters, Wen Chao and Wen Xi, which refer to the two sisters who accompany each other day and night. There is almost no difference in appearance and figure between the two sisters. Even their personalities and tempers are the same. Even in other colleges of Dongyao Mansion, there are suitors for them. Because everyone knows that getting one is equivalent to getting two. Sisters, even if they like each other, will only like one man. Regardless of each other, willing to share. It's just that until now, neither Yao and Chao nor Yu Wenxi have boyfriends. Their cold and frosty personalities seem to be completely uninterested in men. Appearing here at this time, the chubby Wang Qi looked at Yi Xinghe. Xinghe also has the S-level power Ice and Snow, similar to the two seniors. It was rumored before that the two sisters, who had always been cold and frosty, actually took the initiative to get to know Yi Xinghe in the academy. I originally thought it was just interest, but now Xiaopeng always feels like something is wrong. Step aside. It was exactly the same voice, but it came from two people. The people surrounding them quickly dispersed, and when they finally got closer, Yi Xinghe saw clearly the appearance of the two third-year seniors. The two seniors were both wearing elegant purple brocade robes. Their delicate bodies under the brocade robes were as plump and exquisite as ripe peaches, but their expressions were extremely cold. The appearance is not particularly beautiful, but it gives people a very comfortable feeling, especially since the two of them are so similar that it is really difficult to tell which one is the elder sister and which one is the younger sister. At this time, Yi Xinghe felt that the eyes of the two senior students had also been locked on him. Junior Xinghe. The two spoke at the same time, really as cold as ice. Two seniors, what's going on? Yi Xinghe did not avoid the gazes of the two men and smiled. As expected, he came to find Yi Xinghe. This made the boys present extremely envious. Even the juniors and seniors are a little jealous. Because the two sisters obviously came here on their own initiative this time, and they still took the initiative to speak. I'm afraid the two sisters want to train this junior. After all, when it comes to awakening abilities, matching is the best training target. Especially since the two of them are strong men on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, they are really suitable for junior Yi Xinghe. The four teaching directors have all agreed. In the next half-month, we two sisters will conduct rigorous training and improvement on you. Training to improve. That's really the case. It was exactly what everyone present guessed. However, the two of them haven't spoken yet. As if the words had been prepared long ago, they were extremely unified and spoke again. If in half a month, with the cooperation of our two sisters, you can sustain 10 rounds without losing, then Junior Xinghe, you will be the boyfriend of our two sisters. In one sentence, the whole audience was shocked. My first reaction was that I heard it wrong, but it's possible that one or even several people heard it wrong. You can't all hear it wrong, right? This pair of cold sisters would actually say words that everyone could not believe in public. Oh my god, this is so motivational. Some boys swallowed their saliva when looking at the tall figures of the two sisters. What do sisters Wen Chao and Wen Xi mean? Are you so optimistic about this junior fellow student and want to strike first? Among the fourth graders, there are also 4 seniors who are on the Dongyao Mansion Master ranking. At this moment, I was a little puzzled by the behavior of the two sisters, and I was also a little angry. After all, this student has great potential. Back then, Han Yifan did not restart Star Academy's super excellent class because of his excellence. Junior Xinghe has accomplished this. And unlike Han Yifan, who looks ordinary, Junior Xinghe's appearance and figure are indeed impressive to the hearts of girls like them. Half a month of training, support for 10 rounds. Unless you let go, you won't be able to support it. Wen Chao, senior sister Wen Xi, are you looking too high on Junior Xinghe? Look, Junior Xinghe seems to be very calm. What, Isn't being the boyfriend of sisters Wen Chao and Wen Shi worthy of his excitement? On the 4th grade students' side, some people gathered together. Although they were shocked by what the two sisters said. But I really don't think Yi Xinghe can do it. 2 seniors. I just came back. I don't want to train, I just want to rest. And I have no intention of being the boyfriend of these 2 seniors. Yi Xinghe spoke at this time. Being in the Demon Flame Mountain Forest is boring enough. When I come back, I just want to relax alone. And although the 2 sisters are also on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. But the ranking is not as high as mine. The elder sister Yuanchao is ranked 491st, and the younger sister Yaoanshi is ranked 492nd. The 2 of them trained themselves, but to be honest, it was not only a waste of their time, but also a waste of their own time. No one thought that Yi Xinghe would speak like this. Even the 2 sisters were surprised. This junior fellow student is indeed different. But the more different it is, the more the 2 women want to understand it. There has never been a boy who they both fell in love with at the same time, even after seeing the video of his performance in college before meeting him in person. If he is just handsome and heartwarming, knowing more about him, the 2 sisters feel that this junior is the man they have always wanted, so they will take action. But now, they were so bold and expressed their feelings for the first time, but they were rejected. This was something the 2 sisters never expected, and they felt a sense of loss in their hearts for a moment. Xinghe, you are crazy. This is the rule of the academy. The 2 senior sisters have said it and the 4 deans have agreed, so this half-month training is necessary. The chubby Wang Qi quickly reminded Yi Xinghe. Training is a must, but of course other conditions, such as being a boyfriend, can be disagreeable. Junior Xinghe, you don't want to train. This is not your decision. Sister Wen Chao's tone was cold. Of course, if you can defeat the 2 of us now, you can indeed avoid training. But Junior Xinghe, do you think this is possible? My younger sister Wen Shi also spoke, with a rare smile showing at the corner of her mouth. I want to give it a try. Yi Xinghe spoke again. This sentence once again caused an uproar. Is Yi Xinghe planning to fight against Yu Wenchao and Yu Wenshi? How dare you think about it? Isn't this just looking for trouble? Junior Xinghe is really brave, but your behavior makes me like you even more. If you lose, you will be Wenshi and I's boyfriend from now on. Are you willing to accept it? If you don't want to be the boyfriend of their 2 sisters, then you have to do it. Yu Wenchao's words really exceeded everyone's expectations. For all the boys present, whether they are in 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, or even 4th grade. Being able to be your boyfriend even if you lose is such a blessing. If it were them, how many of them could defeat the 2 sisters? What's more, losing is better. How can you hug the beauty back when you win? The stakes of this battle are really eye-opening. Losing, there are still such good things. Now it depends on whether Yi Xinghe agrees to this condition. 2 senior sisters, I accept your conditions. Yi Xinghe smiled, but he couldn't back down at this time. The eyes of the boys present were full of envy and jealousy. Yi Xinghe is indeed excellent, and he has even restarted the super excellent class of Star Academy. In the academy, he surpassed 99% of the 2nd-year seniors and seniors. But the 3rd grade and 4th grade seniors are different. Their trials outside were to fight against truly powerful monsters, and aliens. With extremely rich combat experience, that kind of state of mind cannot be obtained by simulated training on the virtual battlefield. What's more, Yaoan Chao also has 2 sisters, Yu Wenshi, who are twins and are on the Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list. Yi Xinghe is fighting 1 against 2. This is really unrealistic and crazy enough. Yi Xinghe agreed, and the 2 sisters looked at each other and smiled. In the eyes of the 2 of them, this junior fellow student was already theirs. Although the 2 of them ranked 491,492 on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking, they were ranked extremely low. But because they are twins, they have a good understanding of each other, and if they work together, they are confident that they can defeat any opponent ranked below 482 on the Dongyao Mansion Master ranking. Although the rankings are only a few places apart, the gap is still obvious. Xinghe, how can you agree to this? What about Shaner? The girls next to him looked at Yi Xinghe very anxiously. The 2 senior sisters were about to take over Yi Xinghe. It's a pity that Shaner is not here. If Shaner was here, he would have to fight with the two senior sisters. They knew that Yi Xinghe was powerful, but no matter how powerful he was, he still wouldn't be able to compete with the two third-year seniors. These two were still geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion's battle master list. Don't worry, I will win, Yi Xinghe said calmly. Will win? Are you still so confident now? But even Wang Qi and the others next to them thought it was impossible. If he can defeat the two seniors, Yi Xinghe will almost be able to enter the Dongyao Mansion battle master ranking. We really want to win, unless the two senior sisters let go. Just letting go, it's completely impossible. The two senior sisters are sure that Yi Xinghe will be killed. Senior brother Xinghe, go to the battle room and let the two seniors teach you a lesson. Yaoan smiled at Yi Xinghe. They wanted to convince the young boy who was about to become their boyfriend to lose. Then the two sisters headed towards the war room. This battle will definitely attract attention. The people present also wanted to see how many rounds Yi Xinghe could sustain in the hands of the two seniors. Soon the news spread among the Star Academy. The tutors in the college were also surprised when they received the news. Yi Xinghe actually got into trouble with the two sisters Yu Wenchao and Yu Wenxi. Especially the conditions put forward by the two sisters are also incredible. He took the initiative and really fell in love with this junior student Yi Xinghe. Of course, the instructors in Xingchen Academy are also extremely optimistic about Yi Xinghe's future development. Maybe this time next year, with his potential, his willingness to work hard and train hard, and the help of the deputy dean, he may really be able to enter the Dongyao Mansion's battle master list. In the 4th grade, there is a great chance to surpass Han Yifan. When the time comes for Dongyao Mansion's battle division list, Yi Xinghe will definitely be in the top 100. If you think about it this way, Yu Wenchao and the two sisters Yu Wenxi really made a wise decision. Go and have a look. Such a battle is rare. This kid Yi Xinghe won't suffer even if he loses, but this kid shouldn't be greedy for beauty, he should focus on cultivation and growth. Maybe it's a good thing that Yi Xinghe, Yu Wenchao, and Yu Wenxi are together. Their abilities are similar and they can improve together. Some mentors walked together, heading towards the combat room where they got the news. This battle was brief, but they wanted to see it. The tempers of the two sisters may not defeat Yi Xinghe instantly. They can also see if Yi Xinghe has improved significantly during the time he disappeared. A war room created by Star Academy. This is a well-built place for students to learn from each other. Able to withstand battles with 6-star warriors and below. For the students of Star Academy, and even most of the instructors, this kind of venue is completely strong enough. In the war room, Yi Xinghe never came. This time I came over and actually had a battle with two senior sisters. At this moment, the three of them were already in the center of the combat room. After the three people entered, a powerful light curtain appeared on the venue. This light curtain can block the power of the three people's battle. Outside the light curtain, people were already standing everywhere. The instructor, as well as the 4th-year students, were watching from above the battle room. The 4 teaching directors of Star Academy also came over. 4 people, 2 men and 2 women. Each one is in charge of a grade, and now even the vice dean is not in the college. The 4 of them are mainly responsible for all matters in Star College. The 4 of them looked at Yi Xinghe on the central battlefield below with great interest. Xingchen College valued Yi Xinghe very much. This regard became even more important after Su Xianer and Xiaolai dropped out of school and went to Qianyuan College. Only the 4 of them in the college knew what the vice president was going to do when he left this time. It was for Yi Xinghe to hunt down 5th-level monsters, and aliens. Alone, in the eyes of the 4 of them, the vice dean took a big risk, but for Yi Xinghe, the vice dean was willing to take this risk. The reason is that Yi Xinghe can become the pride of their Star Academy one day in the future. Junior Xinghe, it's begun. Stepping onto the battlefield, the 2 sisters will give Yi Xinghe a serious fighting attitude. This is respect for Yi Xinghe. 2 seniors, let's begin. Yi Xinghe stretched out his right hand, and the soul-cutting knife appeared. Sitting in the frosty sky, Hiranmaru. The soul-killing sword was liberated, and an iron chain grew from the end of the sword. The end of the iron chain showed a crescent-shaped blade. The terrifying pressure condensed into an ice dragon behind Yi Xinghe, and the ice dragon roared towards the 2 sisters. This scene was enough to shock everyone watching outside the light curtain. The terrifying freezing power spread across the field. The two sisters looked at each other and smiled, and the terrifying ice and snow burst out from behind. The purple brocade robe she was wearing fluttered slightly, revealing her long white legs. The temperature inside the light curtain dropped rapidly, and many people felt a biting cold just by looking at the scene inside. Whoosh! The first ones to attack were Yu Wenchao and the two sisters Yu Wenxi. Following the actions of the two women, the sky filled with ice and snow covered Yi Xinghe, who was holding the Hyoran pill. One after another, the two women stretched out their delicate hands. Seal up. At the same time, one word came out of his mouth coldly. Yi Xinghe, who was standing motionless, was covered in ice and snow, and was directly buried in it. You can't even react. The methods of the two senior sisters are really powerful. It's impossible to see their figures at such speed. Is Yi Xinghe defeated like this? It's normal to lose. The two seniors are geniuses who have made it to the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. Maybe Yi Xinghe will be stronger than the two seniors in the future, but now they are still incomparable. Those who spoke at this time were mainly first-year students, as well as second-year students. They are really looking forward to witnessing this battle. But the current result still makes many people feel a little disappointed. Of course they knew that they were even worse than Yi Xinghe. However, the third grade, fourth grade, and even the tutor who were watching, they had already noticed something was wrong. Yu Wenchao and Yu Wenxi, who were blocking Yi Xinghe on the field, had a dignified expression on Bing Shuang's face. Things are far from being as simple as what meets the eye. Sure enough, in the ice and snow, the sound of dragons roared. The ice dragon rushed out and attacked Shang Wenchao and the two sisters Wenxi. Clang! A long sword appeared in the hands of the two sisters, and they slashed at the ice dragon. But in the swirling ice and snow, Yi Xinghe had no influence at all. Raising his head slightly, Yi Xinghe locked his eyes on the two sisters. For an instant, the eyes of the two sisters collided with Yi Xinghe's. Two seniors, use your full strength, otherwise you won't even have a chance. Boom! Yi Xinghe has been suppressing himself, and now he has released some. Even if they haven't exploded with all their strength, their elder sister Yao Wenchao and younger sister Yu Wenxi trembled. At this moment, the junior in their eyes seemed to be a completely different person. It was completely different from the feeling it gave them before. They are full of pressure and have already noticed the threat posed by Junior Xinghe to them. It proves that Junior Xinghe is not just talking casually. If they don't try their best, they may really have no chance. Sister, you can't hold back anymore. Junior Xinghe is very strong, very strong. Yu Wenxi's beautiful eyes had completely regarded Yi Xinghe as a formidable opponent. I know, Yu Wenchao nodded. The two of them are 8-star battle masters, and their mental power is already strong enough, but Junior Xinghe's mental power seems to be even stronger. This boy has such a domineering aura. What has he done these days to improve so much? This battle is worth watching. You are really confident enough that you actually want Wenchao and Wenxi to take full action. The instructors of Xingchen Academy all looked at Yi Xinghe inside the light curtain attentively. Junior Xinghe, be careful. Wenchao and Wenxi spoke together. Attack with all your strength, but sometimes you won't be able to hold your hand back, which may injure Yi Xinghe. Boom! The two women are serious, completely serious. It exploded with all its strength and turned into an afterimage. One left and one right, the long sword waved. The ice phoenix comes to the world. Attack towards Yi Xinghe. With the long sword swung, the ice and snow gathered into an ice phoenix that was 5 meters long. There are two ice phoenixes, one on the left and one on the right. This scene made more than 90% of the students watching from the outside scream in surprise. And Yi Xinghe, who was caught in the middle, held the Hyoran pill in his right hand. A knife was swung out. This knife is a freezing slash with an extremely wide range, and the ice dragon spins its tail. The surrounding area has become a frozen area. Two ice phoenixes, one on the left and one on the right, were frozen directly. The freeze also spread to the two sisters. The leaping body was frozen in the air. It formed an extremely strange and spectacular scene, and the hair on Yi Xinghe's forehead was already covered with ice crystals. He exhaled a breath of cold air, held the Hyoran pill, and walked out slowly. This spectacular scene made everyone take a breath. Even the instructors of Star College and the 4 deans looked solemn. What a domineering move. This ice and snow, the power of freezing, is actually so powerful. The current situation of the 2 sisters Wen Chao and Wen Shi seems to be very bad. In this battle, everyone can see who lost. Click. There were cracks on the 2 frozen figures. A crisp sound sounded, and countless ice crystals fell to the ground. Both sisters fell to the ground. But at this moment, the 2 sisters' delicate bodies were trembling and their lips turned purple. This is frozen. The 2 sisters awakened to possess the S-level superpower Ice World. With such a special ability, I have never experienced what cold is. But today the 2 sisters felt it. And they also knew that this was the reason why Junior Xinghe kept his hand, otherwise they would not be able to break free from the ice. Xinghe won. Why win? Wang Qi looked at this scene and murmured. If you win, how can you be the boyfriend of 2 senior students? Little fatty, you are looking for death. It would be best if Xinghe wins. I will tell Shaner about this later and let's see how you explain it to Shaner. There was a girl who glared at Wang Qi. What are the boys thinking in their minds? Do you just like the 2 twin seniors that much? Well done. Well won. Wang Qi immediately changed his tune and even clapped his hands and laughed. Xinghe is so perverted that he actually defeated 2 seniors. Doesn't it mean that with Xinghe's strength, he can already become a strong man on the Dongyao Mansion's battle master list? Compared with Xinghe, the gap is too big. A classmate from No. 3 middle school who was close to Xinghe was once again shocked by Yi Xinghe's performance. Winning a battle that was completely unwinnable in their eyes. Like them, those watching the battle here also felt that the 2 sisters, Yu Wenchao and Yu Wenshi, should have won this battle. Senior sisters, are you okay? At this time, Yi Xinghe walked towards the 2 senior students who had gathered together and hugged each other for warmth. At this moment, the 2 women looked at Yi Xinghe with resentful eyes. This time they were embarrassed, and they didn't expect that Junior Xinghe would be so strong. It's just that the resentment is still resentment, but there are also different thoughts in my heart. He was really the man that the 2 sisters fell in love with together. After defeating the 2 of them, I felt a certain sense of belonging to Yi Xinghe in my heart. They failed, but they loved her even more. At this time, the shrouded light curtain disappeared, and as the light curtain disappeared, a large amount of cold air inside poured out. Although the fighting had stopped, as the cold air leaked out, many first-year and second-year students shivered and kept rubbing their hands and blowing air to keep warm. Chapter 31. Cold, biting cold. This is really unbearable for the weaker first-year and second-year students. And for many third-year and fourth-year seniors who keep calm. With today's battle, Yi Xinghe's status in the academy will rise to a higher level. During this battle, the 2 sisters did not let go at all. Of course, it's impossible to say that it's true full strength. After all, this is a battle, not a desperate one. But at the same time, they could also see that Yi Xinghe still had a lot of energy left. Wen Chao, Wen Shi. They all used this trick to bring the Ice Phoenix to the world, and they were able to lose. One of our juniors really made us seniors. The seniors are under a lot of pressure. In the entire Star Academy, there are a total of 12 people on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Now Wen Dynasty and Wen Shi were defeated. Among the remaining 10 people, only 5 can confidently defeat Yi Xinghe. In this way, among the students of the entire Xingqian Academy, Yi Xinghe can definitely be ranked among the top 6. Suddenly I discovered that Junior Xinghe is indeed quite charming. Why, you're moved too. What's wrong with my heartbeat? Isn't it normal? Wen Chao and Wen Shi can like them, but can't I? Among the 4th graders, there are 4 seniors who are also geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. In terms of personal strength, they are stronger than the 2 sisters Wen Chao and Wen Shi. However, when the 2 sisters joined forces, 2 of the 4 of them were defeated, but the other 2 were able to defeat them. Witnessing this battle at this moment, Yi Xinghe's handsome and domineering look is indeed heartwarming. After all, if you have such a handsome boyfriend with great potential, it will be very embarrassing to bring him out, and the family will not object and will definitely agree. At this time, Yi Xinghe had already come down from above. This battle is really unavoidable. He doesn't need any training. The best training for Yi Xinghe is to accept the mission of hunting the guild as a winter lion. Xinghe, you are so strong. Wang Qi and others took the lead to greet them. As Yi Xinghei's good friends, they would at least not be bullied in the academy because of Xinghei's relationship. In the past, many seniors and senior sisters specifically asked them for news about Xinghei, which gave them a lot of benefits. Of course, they also know the appropriateness, what information should be disclosed and what information should not be disclosed. Because he won this battle, Yi Xinghei didn't need to train with the two seniors. In the academy, you have completely free time to arrange. First of all, of course, it was the promised treat, a nice dinner with Wang Qi and the others. In the academy, there are constant discussions about Yi Xinghei. This time in the battle room, it was impossible for Yi Xinghei to keep a low profile. However, Yi Xinghei didn't care about the commotion caused in the college. After all, this is not your limit. If it were a life-and-death battle, the two senior sisters wouldn't even have a chance. Even if the two seniors still have hidden methods, Yi Xinghei is absolutely sure that he will kill the two seniors in 3 rounds. Night. I wonder what the teacher did. You didn't leave any message for me. Yi Xinghei took a good bath in his own villa at Xingqian College. I am very curious about the teacher who has not been in the college for a long time. After all, only the teacher who Onan in the academy knows that Yi Xinghei has another name in the hunting guild, Winter Lion. Originally, I wanted to make the teacher happy when I landed on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list this time. After all, Yi Xinghei also wanted to share this joy with others. At Star Academy, 7 days passed in a flash. Yi Xinghei had been relaxing for the past 7 days and occasionally went out for a walk in Tianai City. The two senior students, Yu Wenchao and Yu Wenxi, who were defeated by Yi Xinghei, applied to the college for a new round of outing experience in the past few days. Being defeated by Yi Xinghei inspired the two girls to have a certain fighting spirit. They want to win it back. Even the day before leaving, he came to say goodbye to Yi Xinghei. But Yi Xinghei was not in the villa. But in Tianai City, Yi Xinghei received messages from the two women. The intention expressed is obvious. He is the man that the two sisters like, and they will use their strength to conquer Yi Xinghei. The moment he saw the news, Yi Xinghei thought these two seniors were cute. Conquer with strength, that's really difficult, but with such fighting spirit, Yi Xinghei still replied politely to the two women. Waiting for the conquest of the two senior sisters. This can be regarded as an encouragement to the two senior students. On the 10th day in the academy, Yi Xinghei made some preparations and went to the hunting guild again. Hunting guild, 7th floor. Yi Xinghei arrived wearing a silver mask. Yanya had already received the news in advance that Yi Xinghei had entered the hunting guild and was waiting on the 7th floor. Mr. Winter Lion, long time no see. Yanya looked at Yi Xinghei, smiled, and then led Yi Xinghei into a box. Every time Mr. Winter Lion comes to the hunting guild, he doesn't just come to eat, drink and have fun, he must come to take on tasks. With Mr. Dongxi now being a 6-star gold level hunter and being ranked 466th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking, he can already take on missions that are more difficult and have richer rewards. Mr. Winter Lion. This is a mission recently issued by the hunting guilds of Tianai City, Guanyu City, and Ningdan City. In Guanyu City and Ningdan City, there are already geniuses on the Battle Master list, who is also the Golden Hunter of the Hunting Guild, accepted this mission. At this moment, Yanya projected a screen directly in front of Yi Xinghei, which contained basic information about the mission. He didn't know what the mission was yet, but just listening to Yanya's description, Yi Xinghei did become very interested. Guard the Golden Rock Castle for 2 months. Jinyan Castle is a base established by the 3 cities. This base is not big, but there are hundreds of thousands of people living there. There is a special and huge mine closest to Jinyan Castle. The rich gold, rock and iron are important materials for making many weapons. The mining of these gold, rock and iron is extremely difficult and requires manpower. Recently, Golden Rock Castle has been attacked by monsters, and aliens. The frequency is getting higher and higher, and more people are needed to guard and kill those monsters and aliens. Therefore, the 3 cities hunting guild released this task, and the rewards are very generous. I'll take this mission. Yi Xinghei immediately decided to take on this task, which was quite challenging. Okay, then Mr. Dongxi, let's go to Jinyan Castle with Yanya this time. Yanya showed a happy smile. This time, as the head of the Tianai City Hunting Guild, she was also sent to Jinyan Castle because she had some work matters to deal with. Together, this surprised Yi Xinghe. He didn't expect that Yanya would also go to Jinyan Castle. In addition to Mr. Winter Lion, there are 7 gold-level hunters from the Tianai City Hunting Guild who have also taken on the task of guarding the Golden Rock Castle. To a certain extent, Mr. Winter Lion represents the Hunting Guild of Tianai City. Yanya explained again at this time. Since this was the case, Yi Xinghe nodded. Let's do it together. After all, the place we are guarding this time is a base established by the 3 cities together. Based on the information I currently know from the Hunting Guild, there are many powerful monsters, and aliens. More importantly, Jinyan Castle gathered the talents of the 3 cities who were on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. We agreed to set off together early in the morning 3 days later. Yi Xinghe left the Hunting Guild. 3 days later, a team of 100 people from the Hunting Guild left Tianai City. Among the 100-person team, there are 8 gold-level hunters. The lowest level ones are all 5-star gold level hunters, and the 3 highest level ones are already 9-star gold level hunters. But even the 9-star gold level hunter had a dignified look in his eyes when he looked at Yi Xinghe. Winter Lion, a mysterious and powerful guy. He is currently a 6-star gold level hunter, but he has completed the mission of Demon Flame Mountain alone and is listed at 466 on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. His strong strength has been recognized by them. Golden Rock Castle. The base built by the 3 cities is for the purpose of mining gold, rock and iron. There are hundreds of thousands of people living in the fort. Because the mining of Golden Rock Castle can only be done by manpower, most of the people mining here are beings with very low levels of awakened supernatural powers. Almost all those awakened are F level, and there are also E level abilities. There are also a few D level abilities, which are just awakened D level abilities and are useless. In recent times, a large number of monsters, and aliens have appeared in the Jinyan Iron Mine. For a time, mining came to a halt. After the stagnation, the monsters, and aliens began to be eliminated, but the situation was not very optimistic, because those monsters, and aliens were eyeing the Golden Rock Castle. Once the Golden Rock Castle is attacked by monsters, and aliens, it will be extremely tragic and there will be countless casualties. In the past, Golden Rock Castle only needed war divisions to take charge, but now the 3 cities have sent strong warriors to take charge. Outside the Golden Rock Castle, a team of hundreds of people appeared. After passing a series of procedures, the team of 100 people successfully entered the Golden Rock Castle. And this team of 100 people came from Tianai City, and Yi Xinghe was among them. Starting from Tianai City, it took 9 days to reach Jinyan Castle. There were monsters, and alien attacks along the way, but they were all easily solved. After entering Jinyan Castle, Yi Xinghe was arranged to the reception residence. After all, as a gold-level hunter, the Hunting Guild arranges entertainment, which is very considerate. After Yi Xinghe arrived at his residence, he took a rest for a while. Outside the castle, there was a strong smell of blood, as well as some monsters, and alien limbs. Judging from the condition of the remaining limbs, it should not have lasted more than a day. Not long ago, Golden Rock Castle must have been attacked. At night, the nearly 20-meter city wall of Jinyan Castle was illuminated by big lights in all directions. There are superpowers guarding the walls, always keeping an eye on the situation outside the castle. This period is a special period and requires high vigilance. For them, Golden Rock Castle was built by them together. They have lived here for nearly 30 years, and their families have moved here to live. If the Golden Rock Castle is breached, the consequences can be imagined. There is movement in the southeast. There is also movement in the northwest. In the Golden Rock Castle, many people have already rested. But there are combat teams rushing towards the city wall quickly. While resting, Yi Xinghe received a message from Yanya on his communication bracelet. Yi Xinghe left the residence and ran out. Similarly, under the illumination of lights on the roadside at night, figures moved into action. When Yi Xinghe appeared on the city wall, he looked at the ugly face that appeared under the light. Not monsters, just a group of aliens. These aliens have bodies similar to humans. Of course, they are just similar. Some are crawling on the ground with 4 legs, and some have 8 hands with weapons on their hands. These weapons must have been snatched from the bodies of some dead superpowers. However, what caught Yi Xinghei's attention at this moment was the alien with a huge size who was fighting at the front. They have bodies of nearly 5 meters and possess varying degrees of power. There are 7 heads, 3 of which have extremely hard defense and are covered with a layer of armor. Among the remaining 4 heads, one can spit out high heat flames from its eyes. One of the hands held a huge knife, and it seemed to know how to use the knife, and when it swung it, it unleashed a terrifying power of the knife. One has extremely agile speed, moves at high speed, and is fighting with dozens of superpowers. The last one is left, more like a human being, with strong muscles on its body, and traces of thunder emerging from its body. Outside the Golden Rock Castle, a scuffle broke out. In the passage below, there were also a large number of superpowers guarding the Golden Rock Castle running out. At this time, on the city wall not far from Yi Xinghei, a figure jumped down from the 20-meter city wall. The targets of these people are the 7 unique little giant aliens. Obviously, if this little giant alien can be killed, he can get a lot of rewards. At this moment, Yi Xinghei was just watching on the city wall and did not take action immediately. And just like Yi Xinghei, there were several people not far away, and they were also watching. These 7 little giant aliens have all reached the late 3rd level, comparable to the existence of 9 Star War Masters. Yi Xinghei observed for a while and wanted to discuss the level of combat power currently displayed. The strongest one should be the little giant alien who can explode with thunder and has strong muscles. Then there are the little giant aliens whose eyes can spit out high heat flames, then the little giant aliens who use knives, and finally the small giant aliens who are fast and covered with a layer of armor. Compared with the late 3rd level demonic flame lizards in demonic flame mountain forest, they are much more difficult to deal with. These are alien species. Under the silver mask, Yi Xinghei's eyes were piercing and he murmured. Aliens in this world have too many similarities with humans. In the same level, they are generally much stronger than monsters and monsters. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Not far away from Yi Xinghei, several people who were paying attention to Yi Xinghei jumped off the city wall almost at the same time. The corner of Yi Xinghei's mouth raised slightly. Those guys seemed to have observed it well, so it was time for him to take action. Boom! The 7 little giants were alien and showed great strength. The fierce battle had already caused many casualties among the superpowers of Golden Rock Castle. Yi Xinghei jumped down, with a penetrating gaze under his silver mask. The first thing he locked onto was the weakest of the 7 alien giants, whose body was covered in armor. A soul-cutting knife appeared on his right hand. It's just that the soul-cutting sword at this moment is not Hirenmaru. This is a brand new soul-cutting knife. Not long ago, on the way back from the Demon Flame Mountain Forest, I extracted the golden treasure chest and obtained the soul-cutting knife. Now in Jinyan Castle, he is no longer alone. If Hyoran Wan is used at this moment, it will be easy to guess Yi Xinghei's true identity according to the information from all parties. Therefore, Yi Xinghei cannot use the Hyoran pill at this moment. Soul-cutting sword. Zanjetsu. The second soul-cutting sword can use the same power as Hirenmaru, reaching 16%. Even if he obtains the third soul-cutting sword, it will be the same. If Hirenmaru can use 100% of his power in the future, even if it is the first time he obtains another Soul-Zanbing sword, he will be able to use 100% of his power directly. This is definitely a good thing for Yi Xinghei, as there is no need to upgrade one soul-killing knife after another. Yi Xinghei was extremely fast, and his target was one of the little giant aliens whose body was covered in armor. At this moment, the little giant alien covered in armor had repelled the siege of dozens of warriors. Asshole, you can't break its defense at all. Weakness, that guy must have a weakness. If we can't solve the 7-headed aliens here, we will be in big trouble. The dozens of repulsed warriors lived in the Golden Rock Castle for decades. They repelled and killed many aliens. But this time, it was the first time for the little giant alien to fight against each other. They had already fought for hundreds of rounds, but they still failed to break through the armor that covered their whole bodies. On the contrary, some of them have been injured. Boom. Suddenly, a huge vibration and roar sounded. This is... How could it be possible? Who did it? Fighting against the alien little giant covered in armor, dozens of warriors were dumbfounded. He looked at the black crescent moon cutting through the armor in disbelief. How powerful is this to be able to do it? Just when they thought there was nothing they could do against the little armored giant in front of them, such a terrifying scene appeared. It's him. Finally, someone saw the man in the silver mask holding a very special long knife. This knife was really special. It had a huge blade that looked like a kitchen knife, with no patterns or hand guards. There was no mistake, he was the one who struck this blow. Terrible. Just one knife not only broke the armor, but also killed the little giant alien. The power of the crescent moon celestial confrontation is truly astonishing. Under the silver mask, Yi Xinghei showed an excited smile. Unlike Hirenmaru, using Zangetsu on his own has strengthened his physical strength, speed, and power to a certain extent, and even his mental power has improved. A small giant alien covered in armor was beheaded. This scene, of course, attracted the surrounding superpowers who were fighting the other two. When the two little giant aliens covered with armor found out that their companions had been killed, they roared and ran towards Yi Xinghei. Under the silver mask, Yi Xinghei's eyes flashed fiercely as he took a step forward. Moving at high speed, it turned into an afterimage. Roar! On the other side, the four little giant aliens were also engaged in an extremely fierce battle at this moment. It was some distance away from Yi Xinghei's side, and the ones fighting the four little giants were the guys who jumped off the city wall before Yi Xinghei. So strong. On the city wall, there were people with superpowers stationed there. Under the strong light, they looked at the people fighting the little giant aliens, and they were extremely excited. On the other side of the city wall, there were people from the 3-city hunting guild. The person in charge of Tianai City is of course Yan Ya. This was the first time she had seen Mr. Winter Lion fight. The battle on the battle recorder will be encrypted and she cannot view it. This can be regarded as protection for every hunter. All she could see during the review were statistical results. So this is the first time that Yan Ya can guess the awakened power of Mr. Winter Lion. It must be an enhanced, S-level, or even SS-level ability. Mr. Dongshi's performance at this moment was extremely eye-catching. But compared to Mr. Winter Lion, there are 4 other guys who seem to be more outstanding. These 4 people are all on the list of battle masters in Dongyao Mansion. Number 147 on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list, Su Jia of Junwu Academy. Number 138 on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list, Yu Guofei from Qian College. Number 131 on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list, Zhu Xin from Junwu Academy. Number 127 on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list, Ningdan City 9-star gold level hunter Chu Shi. There were 4 people, 2 men and 2 women, and among the 4, the one Yan Ya admired the most was Chu Shi, who was ranked 127th on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list. This girl is not from the academy. He is hunting down guilds crazily and completing various tasks. In 3 years, we improved step by step. The top 5 colleges in Dongyao Mansion offered generous offers and invited her to enroll. But he refused them all and practiced alone to improve himself. When Yan Ya looked at Chu Shi's figure below, slightly lost in thought, Chu Shi killed the little giant alien with thunder. Not only Chu Shi, but also several others ended the battle one after another. 7 heads appeared here, and the strongest little giant aliens were all killed. Killing these 7 little alien giants became the key to the night battle. The superpowers who were close to each other looked at the 5 people one after another. That woman is still so strong. I've heard for a long time that her current strength may be able to enter the top 100 of Dongyao Mansion's battle master list. Su Jia from Junwu Academy and Yu Guofei from Qian Academy were the 2 closest to each other. At this moment, Su Jia murmured seriously. At this time, everyone looked in the direction of Chu Shi. On the other side, Zhu Xin from Junwu Academy had a gloomy expression. Chu Shi's arrival really stole her limelight. Especially this woman is not only strong in strength, but also completely crushes her in appearance and figure. Even though she made great achievements in this battle and was rewarded by the hunting guild, Zhu Xin was not happy at all. The other 3 people are paying attention to Chu Shi. As for Yi Xinghei, they didn't care at all. The 3 little giant aliens covered with armor are the weakest. What's more, their ranking in the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking and the authority they have can be clearly seen by checking Yi Xinghe. Ranked 466th, the gap between them is too big. At this moment, Yi Xinghe didn't think too much, but Yi Xinghe also knew that the little giant alien with thunder was the strongest. Even Yi Xinghe couldn't kill him in a short time, and the one who could do it was a young woman. This really aroused Yi Xinghe's interest. Since he didn't have enough authority, he needed to ask Yan Ya. On the wall of Jinyan Castle, Yi Xinghe's figure appeared next to Yan Ya. Mr. Winter Lion, congratulations. Seeing Dong Shi coming, Yan Ya smiled. Although it is not as good as the other 4 people on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, Mr. Dongshi's record this time is amazing enough. These will be recorded by the Hunting Guild, and after 2 months, rewards will be given together. Yan Ya, kill the other 4 little giant aliens. I want to know the situation. Yi Xinghe spoke slowly. Mr. Dongshi, there is no problem with this. Yan Ya nodded. After all, the situation of these 4 people can be found out as long as Mr. Dongshi is in the city and spends a certain amount of dragon coins. On her side, she can give it to Mr. Dongshi for free. Of course, these messages are only the most basic information. Yan Ya then sent the basic situation and information of the 4 people to Yi Xinghe's communication bracelet. After returning to Jinyanbao's residence, Yi Xinghe checked the communication bracelet. These 4 people are ranked in the top 200 on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. In terms of ranking, the gap between myself and them is really not that big. In particular, the woman named Chu Shi is really powerful, ranking 127th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, and although she is in Ningdan City, she is not a student of Qian College in Ningdan City. During the previous battle, the superpower this woman used seemed to be related to light. Yi Xinghe looked at the communication bracelet, Chu Shi's name, and muttered to himself. Junwu Academy, Zhu Xin. Are you from the Zhu family? Seeing Zhu Xin's name, Yi Xinghe thought of his encounter in the Demon Flame Mountain Forest. The guys who were killed by him were also named Zhu, and in Guanyu City, the Zhu family had a powerful warrior king sitting in charge. After understanding the basic situation of the 4 people, Yi Xinghe was somewhat looking forward to starting the reward for hunting the 3 little giants this time. After killing the 3 alien giants, Yi Xinghe directly obtained 2 bronze treasure chests and a silver treasure chest. The 3 treasure chests had not been opened before, so Yi Xinghe planned to take a closer look. At this time, a bronze treasure chest was opened first. The bronze treasure chest is opened, host gets 2-star promotion. The 2-star promotion is given directly by the system. But this kind of directness was what Yi Xinghe wanted. The whole person's strength, speed, physique, and mental strength suddenly increased at this moment. From a 2-star battle division to a 4-star battle division. Isn't the effect of the 2-star improvement too obvious? Yi Xinghe moved his fists and feet, and there was indeed a big difference. Originally, when he was a 2-star battle division, he could kill many 9-star battle divisions, but now that the 2-star battle division had been promoted, Yi Xinghe suddenly gained confidence. Those 4 people, whether they are Su Jia, Yu Guofei, or Zhu Xin, can definitely fight. As for whether he can win, Yi Xinghe is not sure. After all, those who can enter the top 200 of the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking must not be underestimated. As for that Chu Shi, Yi Xinghe still didn't have the confidence to fight. This woman, in the message given by Yan Ya, was marked with extremely dangerous tips. Especially Yan Ya's personal guess, Chu Shi's current ranking is no longer accurate, and her strength is enough to enter the top 100 of Dongyao Mansion. The first bronze treasure chest was opened, and Yi Xinghe was very satisfied with the 2-star improvement. After all, I still have a bronze treasure chest and a silver treasure chest that have not yet been opened. Then Yi Xinghe opened the second bronze treasure chest. The bronze treasure chest is opened, and the host obtains. The power of the soul-slaying sword is increased by 2%. Another reward that satisfied Yi Xinghe. The increase in the power of the soul-slaying sword is equivalent to an increase in one's combat power. 2%, which is equivalent to the power of Zangetsu reaching 18% and the power of Hirinmaru reaching 18%. In this case, it won't be a problem to suppress and win Su Jia, Yu Guofei, and Zhu Xin. As for Chu Shi, maybe we can fight. The successive promotions caused another comparison between Yi Xinghe and the four of them. The opening of the two bronze treasure chests made Yi Xinghe completely different from before. This short-term state was a leap forward in actual combat power, which was so cool. Next, Yi Xinghe opened the silver treasure chest. Silver treasure chest is opened, host gets 1 solution. A swastika solution. With Yi Xinghe's current control over the soul-cutting knife, it is still extremely far away to achieve the swastika solution. But now that the silver treasure chest is opened, he can use it once. It doesn't matter if it's swastika zanjetsu or Hirenmaru. Once you understand, how strong will you be? This is really exciting. If the system is analyzed based on my current situation, what level of combat power can it achieve, and where does it rank on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Division list? Yi Xinghe asked out of curiosity. If host uses the swastika, whether it is Zanjetsu or Hirenmaru, host can sweep the Toyao Prefecture Battle Master ranking. Even if it is the Toyao Prefecture Battle Spirit ranking, host can enter the top 300 after the swastika is solved. The sound of the system is calm. Although the system was calm, Yi Xinghe couldn't feel calm in his heart. Sweeping through Dongyao Mansion's battle division list, is this the combat power that I can use now? It's so terrifying. Moreover, even with a 4-star battle master, he can directly enter the top 300 of Dongyao Mansion's battle spirit list after solving the swastika. It really exceeded Yi Xinghe's estimate by a large margin. The opening of the silver level treasure chest is equivalent to Yi Xinghe having a powerful trump card. However, it can only be used once at present, and this time it must be used at the most dangerous time. Yi Xinghe would not use it unless absolutely necessary. After all, there was no way that he could fight against the powerful and dangerous Chu Shi. Surprise, this time there are really surprises. This made Yi Xinghe look forward to the 2 months he spent at Golden Rock Castle even more. At the same time, the Hunting Guild members' residence was in Golden Rock Castle. The main leaders of the 3 city hunting guilds gathered together. All 3 are women: Yanya from Tianai City, Zan Xiaoling from Guanyu City, and Zhang Qinli from Ningdan City. This time in Golden Rock Castle, they will compete with each other. Based on the performance of the gold level hunters each brought here, there will be a point internally. This competition is related to the future promotion of the 3 people in the Dongyao Mansion Hunting Guild. Although the 3 of them gathered together, for Yanya, they couldn't compete with Zan Xiaoling and Zhang Qinli. Generally speaking, in terms of the strength of gold level hunters, their Tianai City Hunting Guild is not as good as Guanyu City and Ningdan City. So at this moment, Zan Xiaoling and Zhang Qinli were competing with each other, but she was calmly eating the spiritual fruit and watching. In any case, no one could compare with them, and the 2 of them did not regard themselves as opponents. On the contrary, Yanya felt relaxed and at ease. As for promotion, she thought, she would not be so lucky. Golden Rock Castle. 8 days passed in a flash, and during these 8 days, Golden Rock Castle was attacked by more than a dozen waves of monsters, and aliens. It is indeed very frequent, but compared to the power of those little giant aliens, it is still far behind. However, these 8 days are enough for the superpowers in Golden Rock Castle to remember 5 people. All 5 of them are on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. The weakest is the 6-star gold level hunter from Tianai City, Winter Lion. Dongyao Mansion Battle Master Wood Expulsion number 466. The other 4 people directly opened the gap with Dongxi. Su Jia from Junwu Academy is ranked 147th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Yu Guofei of Qian Academy is ranked 138th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Zhu Xin from Junwu Academy is ranked 131st on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Chu Shi, a 9-star gold level hunter in Ningdan City, is ranked 127th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list. Especially Chu Shi, no matter whether he killed monsters or aliens in these 8 days, he far surpassed the other 4. It has become an extremely dazzling existence. Nowadays, the most discussed topic in Jinyan Castle is Chu Shi. As for Yi Xinghe, he should be the one who is most ignored. We have to start clearing out the monsters, and aliens in the Jinyan Iron Mine. When Yi Xinghe was resting at his residence, Yanya sent a message to Yi Xinghe. This made Yi Xinghe leave the residence without hesitation. At the same time, many people in the Golden Rock Castle took action and gathered towards the entrance of the city wall. In less than half an hour, more than 1,000 people had gathered. Of the more than 1,000 people, almost half were combat divisions. But even among combat masters, the weakest ones are 6-star combat masters. The remaining half are battle masters, and the strongest ones are of course the 5 geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list. Dong Shi, Su Jia, Yu Guofei, Zhu Xin, and Chu Shi. The leader of this operation was a 1-star war spirit, a middle-aged man named Wu Huang. Our mission this time is mainly to clear out the monsters, and aliens in the Jinyan Iron Mine in the southern area. Wu Huang said loudly. The Jinyan Iron Mine must be taken back, which is related to the interests of Sancheng in Dongyao Mansion. Clear. The ones participating in the battle this time were mainly the superpowers in Golden Rock Castle. Yi Xinghe watched very calmly. Mr. Winter Lion, please be careful. Yanya came to Yi Xinghe's side at this time. Here in Tianai City, including Yi Xinghe, there are a total of 8 gold-level hunters. The other 7 people now admire Winter Lion greatly. After all, in the past few days of fighting, they had witnessed the strength of Winter Lion with their own eyes. This time, they are willing to obey Mr. Winter Lion completely. How many points are there now? Yi Xinghe looked at Yanya and spoke calmly. Yanya was very surprised by Yi Xinghe's inquiry. Being smart, she understood instantly. It seems that Mr. Dong Shi has already known about his competition with Zhan Xiaoling and Zhang Qinli. It's a lot different. Yanya smiled and then spoke again. Mr. Dong Shi, you don't need to worry about this. Please pay attention to safety during this operation. I'm waiting for everyone to return safely. Yi Xinghe didn't say anything. Because it's time to leave now. Jinyan Castle is not too far from Jinyan Iron Mine, but this 1,000-man team has to take into account those warriors with supernatural powers, so the speed of advancement is not too fast. Along the way, some monsters, and aliens occasionally appeared, but they were all killed. It took an hour to reach the outskirts of the southern area of Jinyan Iron Mine. From time to time, some roars sounded from inside the mine. In some areas visible to the naked eye, you can see some clean bones. When it was attacked that day, many psychics who mined the Golden Rock Castle died here. Many superpowers from Golden Rock Castle had great mood swings when they arrived here. Do it! Wu Huang, as the leader of this clearing operation, gave a cold shout at this moment. Whoosh, 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 one after another, figures rushed towards the Jinyan Iron Mine and the huge mines being mined. Follow me. Yi Xinghe spoke slowly. Beside Yi Xinghe, the 7 gold-level hunters from Tianai City nodded repeatedly. This time, they all agreed to obey the Winter Lion. For them, this time they are considered a collective, representing Tianai City. With the strength of the Winter Lion, it can be considered as an extra guarantee for them here. The monsters, and aliens occupying the Jinyan Iron Mine were all alarmed. Yi Xinghe led 7 people into a Jinyan Iron Mine cave. The main ones encountered were some second-level monsters. After a full 2 hours of fighting, almost all the monsters, and aliens hiding in the Jinyan Iron Mine were completely eliminated. The price paid for this was the death of more than 200 superpowers. Among the more than 200 superpowers, 90% are combat masters, while only 10% are combat masters. Wu Huang, the leading warrior spirit master, hunted and killed nearly 100 late third-order beasts, monsters, and aliens. On Yi Xinghe's side, the 7 gold-level hunters were also injured. 2 hours, for them, was not as easy as imagined. There are probably nearly 10,000 monster beasts, monsters, and aliens gathered here. They arrived with just over 1,000 people. If it weren't for a strong warrior spirit and the 5 geniuses on Dongyao Mansion's battle master list, they would have killed the most powerful third-order late-stage monsters, and aliens. Otherwise, how could it be as simple as just killing more than 200 superpowers? But this time, Mr. Dongshi's performance was extremely astonishing. This astonishment gave the 7 of them an illusion. Mr. Dongshi is not weaker than Su Jia, Yu Guofei, and Zhu Xin. Of course Chu Shi was excluded. This woman can kill late third-level monsters, and aliens. She can be compared with Wu Huang, a strong warrior spirit. So Winter Lion, does it feel a little different? Su Jia and Zhu Xin both came to Junwu Academy. At this moment, after taking the next pill and adjusting his breath, Su Jia opened his mouth and looked towards Yi Xinghe. Originally, a person ranked 466th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking would not be taken seriously at all. But in the past 2 hours, they met several times and saw the Winter Lion's actions. Under his nose, he killed 2 late Third Order monsters, 3 late Third Order monsters, and 1 late Third Order alien. Even though they were all injured, he actually killed them all with 1 blow. It's only been a while, and his strength can't grow so fast. Don't worry too much. Think about how to help Zhan Xiaoling get more points. This time, Zhan Xiaoling's competitors are mainly from Ningdan City. Zhang Qinli. Zhu Xin did not linger on Yi Xinghe, but looked at Chu Shi on the other side. If Zhan Xiaoling can be promoted in the hunting guild, according to their agreement, he can gain great benefits from it. Wu Huang, the powerful warrior spirit, is standing at the highest point at this moment. This clearing operation was a complete victory. It was easier than he imagined. Especially from below, there were scorching eyes looking at him, which made him enjoy it very much. He is a strong warrior, yes. It's just that he is only 1 star, and the awakening possesses B-level powers. His ability to break through the battle spirit relies on external force. This resulted in his actual combat power not being particularly outstanding. In his eyes, even against Su Jia, Yu Guofei, Zhu Xin, and Chu Shi, they were not sure. He felt that he could completely suppress that Winter Lion. Everyone, we won this battle. This victory belongs to everyone. Wu Huang showed great excitement and said loudly. Master Wu, thank you for your hard work. Master Wu, you are mighty. Only with Master Wu here can we win. For those warriors and warriors of Jinyan Castle, war spirits are absolutely strong. They knew very little information, except that Wu Huang was a war spirit who came from Ningdan City. But knowing this is enough. They are led by strong warriors and have enough courage and confidence. Yi Xinghe, who was wearing a silver mask, looked at Wu Huang above him. This guy is really weak. Although he is a fighting spirit, if compared with the powerful ones on Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list, he is probably just around 200. Similarly, Su Jia, Zhu Xin, Yu Guofei, and Chu Shi all ignored Wu Huang above them. But at the next moment, Yi Xinghe, who was wearing a silver mask, his pupils suddenly shrank. A strong sense of crisis struck. Not only Yi Xinghe felt it immediately, but also Su Jia, Zhu Xin, Yu Guofei, and Chu Shi all noticed it. An aura burst out instantly, making their hair stand on end. Wu Huang, who was immersed in the joy of victory, didn't notice at all. In an instant, a red flame burst out. In the red flames, a deafening roar sounded. A huge flaming palm slapped Wu Huang directly. Fast, extremely fast. This slap came down, and by the time Wu Huang reacted, it was already too late. Phew, blood splattered, under the gaze of everyone here. A strong warrior was slapped to death. But at this time a head poked out. Slowly, a flame ignited in the mine. This was a small giant alien with the power of fire. It's just different from the little giant aliens that attacked outside the Golden Rock Castle. This little giant is a strange creature, with a body of nearly 8 meters. Now this scene is enough to leave a very deep impression on many people. Some soldiers were so frightened that they collapsed to the ground. Although he has such a big body, why was he not discovered in the first place? And just now, this little flame giant alien killed Lord Wu. The only strong warrior on their side was easily killed. So what do? How could he be such a powerful, alien opponent to the little flame giant? In an instant, they felt deep despair. Although those with superpowers who have reached the strength of a combat master have a better endurance than those of a combat master. But at this time, he kept swallowing saliva and his body began to tremble involuntarily. Some people have already begun to flee towards the rear. Use the fastest speed to escape from here. For them, it now depends on who has better luck. Fleeing separately, this little flame giant alien could only chase a group of people. But at this moment, 5 people attacked and killed the little flame giant alien that appeared. It's them. They are geniuses on the list of masters in Dongyao Mansion. What's going on? Are you crazy? Master Wu is a fighting spirit, and he was killed so easily. Do they think they can defeat this powerful little flame giant alien? The moment he turned around and saw the 5 people taking action, he immediately thought he was hallucinating. It was only when the 5 people and the flaming little giant alien fought together and the terrifying shock caused that they understood that what they saw in front of them was real. Mr. Winter Lion. In this operation, the 7 Tianai City Gold level hunters who followed and obeyed Yi Xinghe swallowed their saliva when they saw this scene. After just a few rounds of collision, the 5 of them took action together, and actually started a fierce battle with the alien little flame giant. At least at this moment, they couldn't tell the difference between victory and defeat. Maybe they can win. Don't run around. What if there are other little giants? Someone shouted. This shout caused those who were fleeing in panic to stop. In the distance, looking at the 5 people fighting fiercely with the little flame giant, they were all dumbfounded. Blocked. Is this the genius on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list? We must win. Indeed, the man's shout made many people calm down. What if there are other little giants? If they encounter one, there will be absolutely no way for them to survive. On the contrary, now the 5 geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list are fighting fiercely with the alien little flame giant, and they seem to have a chance of winning. However, even if they were waiting to watch this battle, they did not dare to get too close. At this moment, they gathered together as much as possible, watching this incredible battle from a safe distance. Roar! The 8-meter flaming little giant roared angrily as he was surrounded and killed by 5 people. There are flames erupting everywhere on the body. The palm of his right hand was slapped toward the southeast. The terrifying flames formed a hurricane and enveloped Su Jia and Zhu Xin directly. Su Jia possesses the S-level animal transformation ability, Extreme Wind Wolf. At this time, he was directly in front of Zhu Xin. Its beastly defense has reached the extreme, and there is a wall of condensed wind in front of it. And Zhu Xin was in the back, her hair flying. His right hand was holding a red sword, with molten flames constantly coming out of it. What she possesses is the S-level power, Earth Core Melting Flame. Beast, let you try this sword, Burning Flame Phoenix Dance. This sword represents all of Zhu Xin's strength. At this moment, burst out. Boom! It collided with the alien right palm of the little flame giant. But the next moment, Su Jia and Zhu Xin were blown away and vomiting blood. 2 people were burned by the high temperature, especially Su Jia, who was seriously injured. And half of Zhu Xin's hair was gone. 3 fingers were cut off from the right palm of the little flame giant. However, even though those 3 fingers were cut off, a shocking scene occurred. His right palm was cut off and the fingers were broken. Flames started to rise, and they actually began to regenerate. 3 new fingers appeared soon. Su Jia and Zhu Xin vomited blood again after seeing this scene. How can it be? This little flame giant is an alien and has the power of regeneration. The power of regeneration. How can we fight? This scene also chilled the hearts of those watching here. Su Jia and Zhu Xin have been defeated. One of the 2 is ranked 147th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking, and the other is 131st on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. Of the remaining 3, only Chu Shi was stronger. But just when everyone was worried, another person was blasted down by the flaming little giant alien. That figure is Yu Guofei from Qian College. Yu Guofei's upper body clothes were gone, and his body was covered with traces of burns caused by high temperature. At this moment, Yu Guofei was in an extremely embarrassed state. He reluctantly stood up from the ground, coughed, and spit out blood. There seemed to be broken internal organs mixed in the blood. 5 people. Now there are only 2 people left. Chu Shi was still able to continue fighting, and everyone thought it was normal. After all, Chu Shibin is the strongest among the 5. Some time ago, Chu Shi also had the best record in the battle outside Jinyan Castle. But now there is still one person who is still fighting against the aliens of the little flame giant. Wearing a silver mask, Dong Yaofu fought against the 466th ranked Winter Lion on the division list. At this moment, the Winter Lion showed an extremely powerful side. This kind of power allowed him and Chu Shi to cooperate at this moment and attack the little flame giant alien together. During the battle, Chu Shi held a long sword in his hand. The long sword was wrapped in light, and every swing of the sword caused a certain degree of damage to the little flame giant alien. On the other side, Yi Xinghei held Zanjetsu, moving and jumping at high speed. Getsuga Tensho, which swung out one blow after another. The swaying figures of Chu Shi and Yi Xinghei passed by each other. At this moment, Chu Shi's beautiful eyes glanced at the silver mask that Yi Xinghei was wearing. The two people's eyes collided at this moment. For Chu Shi, she really didn't expect that this winter lion that she had never seen directly would actually hide his strength. At this moment, being able to deal with the alien little flame giant until now proves the strength of this guy. Mr. Winter Lion, he's stronger than we imagined. Maybe if there is a chance, Miss Chu Shi and Mr. Dong Shi can join forces and kill this little flame giant. Yes, there is a chance. The little flame giant seems to be in pain. At this moment, the battle masters in the distance could already see that in the current battle, Miss Chu Shi and Mr. Dong Shi joined forces to suppress the little flame giant. It is true that the other party has the ability to regenerate. But its regeneration capacity should be limited. The injuries left on his body were constantly being repaired, but they could also see that the repair speed had slowed down a lot. Good chance. Yi Xinghei, who had been in a high-intensity battle, finally discovered the mistake made by the little flame giant during the battle. Whoosh! The jumping figure is completely an afterimage. The little flame giant is an alien creature. What he looks at is the afterimage left in front of him. And Yi Xinghei actually appeared at the rear. What surprised Yi Xinghei was that he appeared behind him, and a breath also appeared beside him. That is the beautiful shadow shrouded in light, it is Chu Shi. Like Yi Xinghei, she also discovered this opportunity. Crescent Moon Celestial Confrontation. Yi Xinghei roared angrily, and launched a terrifying black crescent attack towards the back of the flame giant's neck. Light lift cross slash. Chu Shi also gave a sweet shout. The cross sword of light slashed towards the back of the flame giant's neck. Boom! Flames erupted and sparks flew across the sky. Under everyone's horrified gaze, the head of the little flame giant was cut off directly. Su Jia and Zhu Xin were supporting each other at the moment, looking at this scene with disbelief in their eyes. Especially looking at the two figures who had not yet fallen behind after their heads were severed. The winter lion they had always looked down on actually joined forces with Chu Shi to kill this extremely powerful little flame giant alien. This little flaming giant is an alien, late 3rd level. But its powerful strength may reach the top 90 in Dongyao Mansion's battle division list. So strong. Yu Guofei from Qian College looked pale at this time, but he also witnessed this scene. He was mentally prepared for Chu Shi's power. The most surprising thing this time is the winter lion. It turns out that this guy has been hiding himself before. This guy will definitely not be worse than Chu Shi in strength. 1. The heads have been chopped off, so they shouldn't be able to regenerate, right? Mr. Dongxi and Miss Chu Shi really cooperate perfectly. After winning this battle, those combat divisions and combat divisions all felt like they were surviving a disaster. Because if they lose, they may all die here. It was Mr. Dongxi and Miss Chu Shi who teamed up to save them. The flames on the headless flame giant alien also went out, and the body fell heavily. Chu Shi, who landed smoothly on the ground, just glanced at Yi Xinghei without saying a word. This little flame giant was killed by 2 people working together. But those 3 people also did their part. I just don't know how the points will be distributed under the battle recorder. Ding! Host successfully killed the 3rd level late stage flame giant alien and obtained a bronze treasure chest. The system voice sounded. This late 3rd order flame giant alien is extremely powerful. Yi Xinghei fought alone, and it was even more difficult to kill him. The reason why he was able to kill him was because the other 3 people had attracted attention and consumed the other party. Finally, it was Chu Shi who, together with him, distracted the attention of this strange little flame giant. Only then can it be killed. Strong, really strong. The late 3rd level giant alien also has the power of regeneration. This power exists, but it also has certain limitations. If it can better use this regenerative power, it will really be more difficult to kill it in this battle. Asshole, my hair. At this moment, Zhu Xin reacted and touched her hair. Half of it is gone. She took out the mirror from the storage ring and took a look at it, which made her even more depressed. She had always taken good care of her hair, but this time it was all ruined. And Chu Shi had already taken out the alien crystal of the little flame giant. Go back and distribute this. If you don't trust me, take it first. After Chu Shi took out the alien crystal, he spoke to Yi Xinghe, who came over. Take it. Yi Xinghe didn't pay much attention. What's more, this guy Chu Shi can't do such a thing. At first glance, this woman looked very arrogant. How could she take advantage of herself? Of course, my biggest gain this time was getting a bronze treasure box as a system reward. Golden Rock Castle. The strong warriors guarding here received the news. This news had a great impact on them. Although the area south of Jinyan Iron Mine has been cleared of monsters, and aliens. But this time it also came at a huge price. Especially Wu Huang died. Wu Huang is a strong warrior. Even though he is weak among the war spirits, he is still comparable to the 200 or so geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. But he died in the area south of the Jinyan Mine. I have confirmed the news again and again, and encountered an extremely powerful, 8-meter-high flaming little giant alien. Wu Huang was attacked and killed immediately and was completely unable to react. He was directly slapped to death. Such a powerful flaming little giant alien was finally the result of the collaboration of the 5 geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list. After joining forces, the 3 were seriously injured. In the end, Dong Shi and Chu Shi teamed up to kill the flaming little giant alien. Chu Shi's powerful strength was obvious to all in the battle outside Jinyan Castle. The only one who felt extremely surprised and unbelievable was the Winter Lion wearing a silver mask. His performance was amazing. The news also spread quickly within the Golden Rock Castle. Even though Yan Ya thought she knew Mr. Dongxi well enough, this time he still gave her a huge surprise. Mr. Dongxi actually showed that he was no weaker than Chu Shi. One possibility is that Mr. Dongxi has been hiding his strength, and another possibility is that he has made a huge breakthrough in recent times. However, Yan Ya still prefers the first possibility. After all, the chance of making a huge breakthrough in a short period of time and directly matching Chu Shi, who is ranked 127th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list, is too small. Mr. Dong Shi asked me about points before. Suddenly, Yan Ya recalled Dong Shi, who had asked her about points out of nowhere. I thought it was just caring, but I never thought that Mr. Dongxi would use his own practical actions this time. That powerful little flame giant alien that can kill a war spirit with one palm can be converted into a lot of points. Killing this little flaming giant alien, from the news received, all 5 people participated in the battle. But the biggest credit goes to Dongxi and Chu Shi. In terms of points, she will improve a lot, but at most she will surpass Zhan Xiaoling, and there is still a huge gap between her and Zhang Qinli. 2 hours later, Jinyan Fort dispatched a new team to guard the southern area of Jinyan Iron Mine. The first group of people who went to the southern area of Jinyan Iron Mine and survived returned to Jinyan Castle at this time. In the city, arrangements have been made to receive the people. Mr. Winter Lion, thank you for your hard work. Yan Ya learned the news and had been waiting half an hour in advance. The arrival of Yi Xinghe has become the focus of many people's attention. It turns out that Dongxi has always been hiding something. At the critical moment, he showed his terrifying strength and joined forces with Chu Shi to solve the crisis. At this time, Chu Shi exchanged the alien crystal directly to Zhang Qinli of the Ningdan City Hunting Guild. Divide the items obtained in exchange into 2, put them into a storage ring, and come directly to Yi Xinghe. There were still 3 meters away, and he was left to Yi Xinghe. As for the other 3, they also contributed. But in the final beheading, the 3 of them did not join. Chu Shi would not give it to 3 people, and the same 3 people had no face to ask for it from Chu Shi. Yi Xinghe took over the storage ring and entered it with mental power. After checking it, he smiled slightly and left. This trip to Jinyan Iron Mine was a near miss. The little flame giant that was killed was indeed different. After the first battle, Yi Xinghe was also very exhausted. So after I came back, I didn't want to talk too much, I just wanted to have a good rest. Because no one knows what monsters, and aliens will attack Golden Rock Castle next. As for the bronze treasure chest obtained this time, Yi Xinghe had already opened it on his way back. Obtain reward, 2-star promotion. So now Yi Xinghe is already a 6-star war master. This 8-meter-long flaming little giant alien was also a surprise that this operation brought him. Inadvertently, I received system rewards and became stronger again. This time he was promoted to 2 stars again. This advancement speed was already very fast in Yi Xinghei's eyes. After I came back, 10 days passed in a flash. In the past 10 days, Su Jia, Yu Guofei, and Zhu Xin, who were injured before, have almost recovered. During this period, Golden Rock Castle was attacked 5 times by monsters, and aliens. Yi Xinghei took action in all 5 attacks. The attack was done with thunderous means, and the number of monsters, and aliens killed was completely astonishing. The points accumulated for Yanya can grow rapidly. This is really a surprise to Yanya. Just because of Mr. Dongxi, her points are already close to those of Zhang Qinli, the head of the Ningdan City Hunting Guild. For a time, in the entire Golden Rock Castle, the name Winter Lion became more and more important. The ranking of Dongyao Mansion Battle Division has not changed. But everyone knows that Dongxi is stronger than Su Jia, Yu Guofei, and Zhu Xin. As for Chu poetry, it's hard to say. Mr. Winter Lion, do you mean that you have to go to the Jinyan Iron Mine alone to clear out the monsters, and aliens that have occupied the mine? Mr. Winter Lion, it's rare to find yourself. But as soon as he opened his mouth, Yanya almost couldn't stand still. How crazy is this? Because just a few days ago, 2 more powerful warriors died at the Jinyan Iron Mine. One is a 1-star fighting spirit, and the other is a 2-star fighting spirit. Of course, compared to Wu Huang before, the 2 of them were much stronger. This means that the Jinyan Iron Mine is extremely dangerous. The entire Jinyan Iron Mine is too large, and now only the monsters, and aliens in the southern area have been cleared away. The remaining positions have been in a stalemate stage, and many people have been killed and injured in order to clear them out. Mr. Dongxi is indeed strong, which Yanya absolutely recognizes. But the situation at the Jinyan Iron Mine is currently unclear. If you go there alone, the risk is too high. That's right, I want to do something challenging. Yi Xinghei, under the silver mask, spoke calmly. Now outside the Golden Rock Castle, the monsters, and aliens that were attacking were really weak to Yi Xinghei. There have been too many kills and I no longer have any interest. The most critical point is that there is no reward given by the trigger system. Therefore, Yi Xinghei wanted to have a try at the Jinyan Iron Mine. Those 2 powerful warrior spirits will die, and there must be powerful monsters, and aliens. He has a trump card, which is an opportunity to solve it. Therefore, Yi Xinghei felt confident. Do something challenging. Yan Yamei looked at Mr. Dongxi in front of her, her eyes somewhat fascinated. She wanted to see what Mr. Winter Lion looked like under the silver mask. Don't know why, Mr. Winter Lion brought her peace of mind. Mr. Dongxi, please wait a moment, Yanya will prepare something for you. A lot of information was collected at the Jinyan Iron Mine. Some information was obtained in exchange for someone's life. When she temporarily learned that Mr. Dongxi planned to go to Jinyan Iron Mine alone, she could quickly sort out and give. Having this information will make Mr. Dongxi much more convenient. Yi Xinghei looked at the back of Yanya, who was anxious to leave and chose to wait here. In about 20 minutes, Yanya ran over sweating profusely. Mr. Dongxi, I have sorted out some of the main changes in the current Jinyan Iron Mine, as well as the recorded monsters, and alien gatherings. There are also many news. You can check it out slowly on the way. I will transfer it to your communication bracelet. Good. Yi Xinghei also accepted Yan Ya's help. There must be some useful information for you. Just transmitting this size of message took another 5 minutes. After everything was accepted and successful, Yi Xinghei left. In the Golden Rock Castle, every move of the 5 geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion master list will receive intense attention. What's more, the current Winter Lion is the absolute focus in Jinyan Castle, and even gets more attention than Chu Shi. As soon as they left Jinyan Castle, the news spread inside the castle. What is this guy going to do? Su Jia and Zhu Xin were very confused after learning about it. Zhu Xin is now wearing a hat. After all, half of her hair was lost because of the strange little flame giant. The 2 wanted to get the news, so they immediately went to ask Guan Yucheng to hunt down Zan Xiaoling, the person in charge of the guild. Before Yi Xinghei left, he had contact with Yan Ya. Yan Ya compiled some information, and Zan Xiaoling was able to guess what Dongxi was going to do. Head to Jinyan Iron Mine alone. Zhan Xiaoling told Su Jia and Zhu Xin about Dongxi's actions. This guy is really a madman. They didn't dare to let Su Jia and Zhu Xin go together. After all, another warrior with a strong fighting spirit died over there at the Jinyan Iron Mine. Over there at the Jinyan Iron Mine, there are extremely powerful late-level third-order monsters, and aliens. A lot of strength, enough to enter the top 100 of Dongyao Mansion Battle Master ranking. Even judging from the current information, there are traces of some 4th-level monsters, and alien activities. Do you really think that you will be invincible after killing a little flame giant alien? Zhu Xin sneered. A guy who was originally ranked 466th on the Dongyao Mansion Battle Master list is now much more famous in Jinyan Castle than they are. This is really annoying, but they were unhappy, and there was nothing they could do. Because the Hunting Guild needs a period of review for the battle recorder. By then, Winter Lion's ranking will have been greatly improved. Similarly, in Jinyan Castle, Chu Shi's residence. At this moment, Chu Shi was facing Zhang Qinli, the leader of the Hunting Guild sent here by Ningdan City. Zhang Qinli was a little nervous. After all, the difference in points between Yan Ya and hers is now very small. And almost 90% of Yan Ya's points came from that abnormally powerful Winter Lion. So why work so hard? Zhang Qinli even thought that Yan Ya and Dongxi were having an affair. Has he become stronger again? After Chu Shi got the news, her first words made Zhang Qinli feel a little confused. He's a really interesting guy. The corners of Chu Shi's mouth rose slightly at this time. She would not be interested in any of the powerful warriors in the entire Golden Rock Castle. Only this Winter Lion made Chu Shi full of curiosity and doubts. Zhang Qinli, I also need information about Jinyan Iron Mine. Chu Shi slowly spoke. Zhang Qinli was overjoyed when she said this sentence. Okay, prepare now. I guarantee it will be more accurate than what Yan Ya has collected. Zhang Qinli nodded repeatedly. An hour apart from Yi Xinghe, Chu Shi also left Jinyan Castle. The news of Chu Shi's departure could not be concealed either. Like Dongxi, he was preparing to act alone at the Jinyan Iron Mine. For a time, of course, there was a lot of discussion in Jinyan Castle. Even the powerful warriors in the Golden Rock Castle were paying close attention to the two men's movements. Jinyan Iron Mine. This is the second time Yi Xinghe has arrived. The first time I arrived, I followed the large army and cleared the southern area of the Jinyan Iron Mine. The second time I came, I was alone. Instead of going to the southern area, Yi Xinghe wanted to go deep into other places. With the intelligence information given by Yan Ya, Yi Xinghe could indeed save time and effort. 3 days passed in a flash. In the past 3 days, Yi Xinghe had killed more than 300 monsters, and aliens here. The majority are of the first and second levels, and there are also quite a few of the third level. The strongest one is a late-level third-order monster, the saber-toothed tiger. However, its combat power was only that of an average 9-star war master, and Yi Xinghe easily killed them. At the same time, the day after Yi Xinghe left Jinyan Castle suffered a fierce attack from monsters, and aliens. In just half an hour, the number of monsters, and other species that attacked Jinyan Castle reached 50,000. This battle lasted for 5 hours. The superpowers who participated in the battle in the fort were all exhausted. However, the losses in this battle were very small, because these monsters, and aliens were mainly at the first level, and also at the second level. The loss is small, but the gain is huge. After all, whether it is inner elixir or alien crystal, they all have a certain value. What's more, many monsters, and some parts of alien bodies can also be sold for good prices. Entering the Jinyan Iron Mine alone on the 9th day, Yi Xinghe finally encountered a powerful late-level third-level monster. This late-level third-level monster is not much different in strength from the flame giant alien that previously teamed up with Chu Shi. A few days ago, I needed to join forces with Chu Shi to kill him. But now, Yi Xinghe is already a 6-star war master and there is no need for it at all. Late third-level monster, Fiery Ape. It has a body of 3 meters tall. The whole body is wrapped in flames. When provoked and fighting, the body will make the sound of bursting flames. This is a fully adult Fiery Ape. Although it is a late-level third-order monster, it can already fight against some ordinary 1-star war spirit masters, and can even kill those ordinary war spirit masters. Although this guy is facing a 6-star war master now. But this 6-star battle master is Yi Xinghe. Roar. A fiery ape, extremely flexible. This is not the first time that the territory of the mine it occupies has been invaded by humans. And in the caves of its mines, its favorite thing is to collect human skulls. After seeing Yi Xinghe at this moment, he was extremely excited. It's really fast. Regarding the culling of the fiery ape, Yi Xinghe's eyes were bright and clear. But the place where the explosive ape killed exploded and all the rocks were melted. After jumping into the air, the fiery ape grinned and looked behind him at Yi Xinghe, who was holding Zangetsu in his hand. It turned into a flaming figure again. The compressed flames in its body contain great power. Attack and kill Yi Xinghe. When approaching Yi Xinghe, all the compressed flames exploded, possessing great penetrating power. Crescent Moon Celestial. This time Yi Xinghe did not hide from his figure. Zangetsu is in hand, and he cuts it out with one knife. The blue Getsuga Tensho, Shikai's Getsuga Tensho is blue, I wrote it wrong before, sorry, directly blocks the opponent's attack. This scene made the fiery ape's beastly eyes change. Because it fought against many humans and killed many humans. No one can directly confront its fiery attack. Just when the fiery ape was in a trance, the Yi Xinghe in front of it has disappeared. This disappearance prevented the fiery ape from noticing it immediately. When he discovered it, Yi Xinghe was already in front of him. Zangetsu pressed directly against the fiery ape's neck and used Getsuga Tensho. The impact of the blue crescent moon directly cut off the fiery ape's head. There is no pause, and the chop falls extremely smoothly. After doing all this, Yi Xinghe's face under the silver mask did not change at all. Now, it is relatively easy for me to kill this fiery ape. Just now I just wanted to have a taste of this fiery ape's methods. However, it did not make Yi Xinghe feel satisfied. He seemed to think highly of this fiery ape. The fiery ape's body fell down, and the burning flames on his body were extinguished at a very fast speed. Yi Xinghe directly took away the inner elixir of the explosive ape. As for this body, although there are parts, it can be sold for a good price. But now Yi Xinghe's wealth and ability are no longer valued. There is no reward triggered. Killing the explosive ape did not trigger a reward, which disappointed Yi Xinghe. You can only find more powerful late-level third-order monsters, and aliens. I even hope to encounter some early fourth-level monsters, and aliens. On the other side, there is a beautiful shadow. It was a mess here, and the fighting had caused great damage. At this moment, on the ground, there is a monster beast that is dying and on the verge of death. On its dark scales, there are lightsabers piercing it. These lightsabers are slowly dissipating at this moment. And this monster has reached the early stage of the 4th level. Early stage of 4th level, Earth Lizard Dragon. It is comparable to an ordinary 2-star war spirit that awakens A-level powers. You are already pretty good if you can let me use the power of 10 lightsabers. Chu Shi looked at the Earth Lizard who had slowly closed his eyes and his life was passing by, and spoke slowly. Alone, no one else here. She could finally have a hearty battle. But the battle recorder has recorded everything. As long as he returns to Jinyan Castle and exchanges for the points obtained, Chu Shi is confident that Zhang Qinli will be promoted. Zhang Qinli's promotion helped her. After all, Zhang Qinli helped her a lot along the way. She is not the kind of heartless person, and she will help when it's time to help. Originally there was no need to show this strength. It's just that guy from Winter Lion, which put a certain amount of pressure on him. After taking away the inner elixir of the Earth Lizard Dragon, Chu Shi left. Half a day later, Yi Xinghe's figure appeared next to the Earth Lizard Dragon's body. The Earth Lizard Dragon is a 4th-level monster after all. Even after he died, the powerful monster aura that still remained had not dissipated. This makes other monsters, and even aliens afraid to approach. Therefore, its body can still be intact. Level 4 monster, Earth Lizard Dragon. Yi Xinghe was shocked when he saw the body of the Earth Lizard. He checked the body of the Earth Lizard, and then looked at the traces of battle left here. Chu Shi himself has not had much contact with it, but he has also observed it. Judging from the various clues and wounds, they were very close to some of the injuries left on the little flame giant alien. She also came here alone. Yi Xinghe continued to look at the body of the earth lizard dragon and muttered to himself. As expected, this woman still has a hand. This earth lizard dragon was beheaded, and the battle would not last long. Knowing how to hide oneself is actually a kind of protection in this world of jungle. If the other party dares to come to the Jinyan iron mine alone, he must have someone to rely on. I wonder if I can touch her. Yi Xinghe smiled slightly. The Jinyan iron mine was too vast. This earth lizard has been dead for a long time, and Chu Shi must have been far away. As for where the other party went, Yi Xinghe couldn't get any useful information. I wonder when I will encounter a 4th level monster, or alien species. Yi Xinghe looked into the distance. 4th level monsters, and aliens. I don't have high requirements, just get one in the early stages. Let yourself have a good fight. After the kill, the system will most likely reward you. The bronze treasure chest is good, the silver treasure chest is better, and it would be really nice to get a gold treasure chest. Yi Xinghe looked at the body of the earth lizard and cut off the most delicious meat from the lizard's heart. After all, this is a 4th level monster. Yi Xinghe has been here for several days, and with the beans originally rewarded by the system, he can go 3 days without eating or drinking. But Yi Xinghe's mouth is still greedy sometimes. I was going to find a hole and bake it after nightfall. There are all kinds of condiments in your own storage ring. Outside, sometimes you can't treat yourself badly. At night, Golden Rock Castle. The alarm sounded throughout the entire Golden Rock Castle. This makes people living in the city extremely uneasy. Because of Jinyan Castle, the alarm has not sounded for many years. In particular, the entire Jinyan Castle's communications have completely failed. Completely unable to communicate with the outside world. Throughout the Golden Rock Castle, terrifying numbers of monsters, and aliens emerged from all directions. On the city wall, guarded by superpowers, all of them looked extremely pale. Because they saw a huge figure in the distance. It is more than 10 meters high, and there is a rumble with every step. Alien, giant appears. The communication in Jinyan Castle was completely interrupted, and it was completely impossible to contact the outside world. Inside the fort, it was already a mess. Fear that had never happened before arose in the hearts of many people. On the hunting guild side, the leaders sent by the 3 cities have gathered together. Yan Ya, the person in charge of the Tianai City Hunting Guild. Zan Xiaoling, the head of Guanyucheng Hunting Guild. Zhang Qinli, the leader of the Ningdan City Hunting Guild. The 3 women were feeling heavy at the moment. The news they had just sent out to inquire was quite bad. There are many powerful warriors in the city. It's just that the actual combat power of these powerful warriors is not very strong. The strongest one is only the 3-star fighting spirit. There are 4 3-star war spirits in total. 2 of the 4 have awakened with B-level abilities, and the other 2 have awakened with A-level abilities. Originally, with such a strong warrior in command, there was not much of a problem on the Golden Rock Castle side. But now Golden Rock Castle is attacked by a large number of monsters, and aliens, especially the appearance of giant aliens, which is even more terrifying. Although those giant aliens are at the 3rd level, they already have the powerful strength to fight against ordinary warriors. Preliminary estimates indicate that the number of monsters, and aliens attacking Golden Rock Castle has reached 50,000, and the number is still increasing. Zan Xiaoling spoke slowly. Suddenly, such a situation occurred, which was enough to catch Golden Rock Castle by surprise. The most fatal thing is that they cannot seek support. Communication has been interrupted, and currently trying to establish contact is completely impossible. The problem is not particularly serious now. As long as someone with the superpowers sent out can get out, we can find a way to contact them, and reinforcements from the 3 cities will come by then. That's right, at least the situation hasn't turned to a bad point yet. It will be fine after tonight. Zhang Qinli and Yan Ya also expressed their opinions. There are many rescue methods, which can be implemented step by step. Don't be too pessimistic, you have to be more confident in the guarding power of Jinyan Castle. It would be great if Mr. Dongxi and Miss Chu Shi were still in the Golden Rock Castle. The first thing Yan Ya thought of was Mr. Dongxi, and then Chu Shi. The two went to Jinyan Iron Mine alone and have not returned yet. This night, it was a sleepless night in Jinyan Castle. Throughout the night, batch after batch of superpowers in Golden Rock Castle were fighting outside the city, and batches of injured superpowers were transferred in from outside the city and began to receive treatment. That night, there was a strong smell of blood outside the Golden Rock Castle. The number of superpower casualties in Jinyan Castle exceeded 4,000. Among these 4,000 people, 3,000 were combat divisions, and almost the rest were all combat divisions. The most terrifying thing was the battle spirit warriors, 2 of whom died. But even after paying such a huge price, the battle outside Golden Rock Castle was still not over. Many monsters, and aliens emerged, all trying to break into the Golden Rock Castle. In the fort, there were too many people with supernatural abilities treating injuries. Some seriously injured people were transferred from outside the fort to the inside, but because of their excessive injuries, they failed to hold on and died. The current situation in Jinyan Castle, after a night of fighting, is already quite bad. Even though they had tried to stay optimistic before, the 3 leaders of the hunting guild became anxious. 2 battle spirits were killed in battle, and the 3 geniuses on the Dongyao Mansion battle master list were Su Jia, Yu Guofei, and Zhu Xin. The 3 of them joined forces to break through the siege and inform the 3 cities of what happened here. But the 3 of them were finally blocked. And even more frightening news is that there is a powerful late-level 3rd order monster outside, which is so powerful that even the 3 of them can only retreat. Moreover, the 3 people who returned were still injured to a certain extent. The guarding of Golden Rock Castle and the battles with monsters, and aliens are still going on. At the same time, in Jinyan Iron Mine, the number of monsters, and aliens that Yi Xinghe encountered here began to decrease. Originally, Yi Xinghe thought that this might be just a coincidence. But after a while, Yi Xinghe discovered something was wrong. Demonic beasts, monsters, and alien species have traces of activity. Yi Xinghe even discovered a nest in the mine. But there was no trace of those guys. Not only did Yi Xinghe make a discovery, but Chu Shi, who was working in the Jinyan Iron Mine, also noticed it. After the Earth Lizard Dragon, it's normal that we haven't encountered any 4th order monsters, but now even the 3rd order monsters, and aliens have all disappeared. The beautiful figure of Chu Shi appeared in an area east of the Jinyan Iron Mine. This is the first time she has set foot here since arriving. There, Chu Shi discovered something. Leave as quickly as possible. When Chu Shi appeared again, he saw an area east of the Jinyan Iron Mine, a relatively flat place. Next to this, there is a pile of ore, a large hole that is at least 30 meters long. This large hole leads to the underground, and the passage is extremely curved. You can also see some 1st order monsters, and strange corpses. These dead monsters, and aliens seemed to have been trampled to death. Chu Shi's gaze was profound. The next moment, he jumped down and entered the big cave directly. Golden Rock Castle, the battle continues. There were more and more casualties. Outside the city wall, many monsters, and strange corpses had piled up. The monsters, and aliens that rushed over used various means to move up the corpse and rush into the Golden Rock Castle. Why can't we kill all these beasts? Lousy fought with you. If you want to enter Golden Rock Castle, step over our corpses. From the city wall, batch after batch of superpowers jumped down. In this short day, I experienced too much. His best friends, brothers, and relatives died at the hands of monsters, and aliens. That kind of grief made them move forward more courageously. Because there are more people living in the entire Golden Rock Castle. Once it is breached, the consequences will be disastrous. In the fort, the injured supernatural beings are being treated. I want revenge. My brother is dead, and I must take revenge. In the centralized treatment area, a man who had just woken up from a coma after being seriously injured was yelling. His eyes were bloodshot, and blue veins popped out on his face. That scene was hard for him to accept. The demon monkey with 6 arms tore his brother apart in front of him and drank his brother's blood. The same similar situation occurs from time to time in the treatment venues here. These people were stimulated to a certain extent. Here, Yan Ya's figure appears. The superpower she possesses is the breath of the forest in the wood system. It can heal and restore injuries. The superpower level is a level. Now that the whole Jinyan castle was facing a dilemma, she couldn't just sit back and wait for death, she had to do something. Yanya kept busy. One treatment after another, those with serious injuries were treated to alleviate their pain as much as possible. In just 1 hour, Yanya has treated nearly 100 people. At this time, Yanya was already very tired and her face was a little pale. This was the first time she had encountered such high-intensity treatment. Sister Yan, take a rest. If you continue like this, you will have physical problems. There are other girls in the hunting guild who are busy, trying their best to help. At this moment, 2 girls saw Yanya, who was swaying a little after treating a wounded person again, and immediately rushed over to support him. I'm fine, I can continue. Yanya took a deep breath and prepared to continue treating the next wounded person. Sister Yanya, you must pay attention to your body. One of the girls spoke again with some distress. Compared to the people fighting outside, this is nothing. Yanya shook her head. In order to protect the people in Golden Rock Castle, they all fought bravely in the face of those powerful monsters, and aliens. Even though they knew that they would die if they went there this time, they still had no hesitation. The 2 girls were silent. It is true that at least it is safe here, and no matter how hard it is, you can still survive. But what about those supernatural beings fighting outside Golden Rock Castle? Nowadays, news comes from outside, almost all of which are bad news. In the entire Golden Rock Castle, 5 more warriors among the few strong warriors were killed. As far as is known, there are only 9 strong warriors in the Golden Rock Castle. They blocked the most powerful monsters, and aliens from attacking the Golden Rock Castle. At this time, another group of wounded people were brought in. Everyone looked over. That's Su Jia. Su Jia is a student of Jungwoo Academy and a genius on the Dongyao Mansion's Battle Master list. Almost everyone in Jinyan Castle already knows this genius. But now he was also carried in. Su Jia's right leg was bloody, and the bones could already be seen. But Su Jia didn't scream. He was gritting his teeth at this moment. Also, there is Yu Guofei. Zhu Xin is here too. Among the people who were finally carried in from the back, there were 2 other geniuses. All 3 were seriously injured. Yu Guofei's entire chest was somewhat dented, and he was immediately unconscious, not knowing whether he was alive or dead. Zhu Xin's arms were red, and the skin seemed to be gone. What happened? All 3 people were seriously injured, which of course caused many people's doubts and worries. The strength of the 3 people is extremely powerful. The 1-star battle spirits in the castle only awakened B level, and even A level powers were not as good as the 3 of them. The giant is a giant alien. Someone revealed the news. The 3 of them wanted to join forces and break out. This time, there were also help from several war spirits, but a powerful giant alien happened to appear. The giant alien has reached the 4th level. What? It took 3 war spirits to die before I killed that 4th level giant alien. Those who inquired about the news exclaimed in surprise after learning about it. A strong warrior spirit is very important to Golden Rock Castle. 3 war spirits died, and there were only 6 war spirits left in the entire Golden Rock Castle. At this time, Zhu Xin was already being treated, and her beautiful eyes were filled with fear. It's okay to be injured, but what happens next? She can be regarded as fighting on the front line, if there is no support. With the current battle situation, Jinyan Castle is about to fall. Once lost, she would only die. This time when I came to Jinyan Castle, something like this happened. If she had known this would happen, she would never have come. Asshole, are you really going to die here? Zhu Xin gritted her teeth, her delicate body trembling. This trembling is not the pain in my arms, but the fear of death. Those 2 guys, it was really wise to leave at that time. The faces of the 2 people flashed in Zhu Xin's mind. It was Dongxi and Chuxi who went to Jinyan Iron Mine alone. The level of danger on this side of Jinyan Castle is much higher than that on that side. If she was asked to make a choice, she would choose to go to the Jinyan Iron Mine now. At the same time, there was a huge cave underground in the Jinyan Iron Mine. After Chuxi entered, he killed many monsters, and aliens along the way. She had been walking for half an hour. There is only one passage in the cave, which is very wide and deep. I don't know what it is that can dig such a passage. However, as they moved forward, Chu-Shi discovered that this passage led to the Golden Rock Castle. Why are almost all the monsters, and aliens at the Jinyan Iron Mine gone? Those guys headed to Golden Rock Castle. Chu-Shi's forward speed increased a bit. Over at the Jinyan Iron Mine, Yi Xinghei's figure appeared outside the big cave. Yi Xinghei just looked outside and jumped inside. Moving forward quickly, Yi Xinghei looked around curiously. There are quite a few first-level monsters, and strange corpses. The cause of death, most seemed to be being trampled to death. There was no special discovery, only a huge underground passage, and Yi Xinghei's speed accelerated a bit. Soon, Yi Xinghei once again discovered many monsters, and strange corpses. There are already 2 levels among them. The blood was still somewhat uncoagulated, and the bodies were warm. Judging from the death scars of those guys, Yi Xinghei's eyes narrowed slightly under the silver mask. It's that woman. These dead monsters, and aliens were killed by Chu-Shi. The other party also entered this big hole. If we continue in this direction, we seem to be at Golden Rock Castle. Yi Xinghei was thoughtful at this time. If this is really the case, Jinyan Castle must have been attacked by nearly 90% of monsters, and aliens gathered in Jinyan Iron Mine. No wonder I can't find powerful monsters, and aliens. They all actually ran to the Golden Rock Castle. Then Yi Xinghei sped up. Outside the Golden Rock Castle, there were not only monsters, but also corpses of alien species, as well as a large number of supernatural beings who were guarding the Golden Rock Castle and going into battle. Casualties have reached more than 15,000 people. Especially this kind of casualties are still increasing. There are only 6 war spirits left guarding here. Among the 6 war spirits, there are 2 3-star war spirits, 1 2-star war spirit, and 3 1-star war spirits. They never thought that they would experience such a battle in Golden Rock Castle after being sent here. The communication was interrupted and there was no reinforcement, relying on the foundation of Jinyan Castle. But now, they feel that the Golden Rock Castle can no longer be defended. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.